This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's knows Sundays hit different when you earn them. So we're helping you with deals on top brands like Scott's, Pit Boss, Cobalt, and Trex Decking. So get to Lowe's, get it done, and earn your Sunday. Lowe's, official partner of the NFL.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
Is your home ready for hurricane season? Natural gas is one of the most reliable energy sources, even when the power's out. Prep today with an energy-saving natural gas range, tank water heater, and backup generator. Visit naturalgasdoesmore.com/storm prep for more. Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
BJ's Wholesale Club has always been proud to offer great prices every day.
In this economy? Almost sounds too good to be true.
These prices are very true, and at BJ's, they're great, not good. That's great prices every day, no matter the economy, including 3-pound rotisserie chickens, just $4.99. Wellesley Farms Deli Honey Ham, $6.99 a pound. Plus great prices every day on everything in the club. Join at bjs.com/join and make BJ's your destination for savings every day.
Here's something most of us don't want to think about, but probably should. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton here for our friend Mike Lester and the team at Talon Wealth Management.
That thing we don't want to talk about is a will. If you don't have one, Mike and his team would like to help you out. They'll start you off with a comprehensive financial plan.
If you are 55 or over and have saved at least $250,000 for retirement, the Talon Comprehensive Financial Plan is complimentary. And when that plan's in hand, you will also receive the gift of a will and trust courtesy of Talon Wealth.
The folks at Talon Wealth are not attorneys, but they work with a group of attorneys who'll provide a will and trust at no charge to you. Reach out at 813-755-5000. 813-755-5000. One more time, that's 813-755-5000. And be sure and tell them that Clay and Buck sent you.
Advisory services offered through Talon Private Wealth, LLC, a SEC-registered investment advisor. The information provided is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be construed as legal, tax, or financial advice.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party. How'd you get your money so quick?
Hard Rock Bet's got lightning fast withdrawals.
Almost as fast as Dale Jr. valeting cars at this party.
Man, he's fast.
Hard Rock Bet's fast withdrawals have given me new motivation. Tips are appreciated.
Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook. Roll with us. New players bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Payable in bonus bets, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 and up and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here for Life Imaging FLA. Can you believe it's already September, the year behind us, the fall in front of us? Kids are back in school. You're falling back into that routine. And before you know it, you'll be trick-or-treating with the grandkids. You'll be celebrating Thanksgiving. Christmas morning will be so great. And of course, ringing in a new year on New Year's. But you could have a problem if you have a heart issue. 1 in 3 people in this country will die of heart disease. And the crazy thing, in some of those cases, the very first symptom you'll get is sudden death. No warning at all. That's why we tell you to get over to Life Imaging FLA. Get this free heart scan. Just a few minimum requirements. It is a $699 value. I did it. My wife did it. My in-laws did it. The peace of mind is incredible. And remember, there are no dyes or injections. You stay fully clothed the entire time, and the entire scan only takes a few minutes. Simply pick up your cell phone, dial pound 250 and say the keyword free heart scan. That's all you have to do. Pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. They will connect you in seconds. Make that call today. Take control of your long-term health care. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
After an accident, you may have an x-ray that looks normal, but you're still in pain. That's because soft tissue injuries like sprains and tears don't show up on x-rays. And if an insurance company doesn't see it, they may not believe you're hurt.
When they don't take your pain seriously, we fight back. We know doctors who are experts in diagnosing soft tissue injuries. They can help us prove that your pain is real, and we'll seek to get you paid for all of your future medical expenses.
Farah and Farah, Orlando.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eloquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eloquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eloquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eloquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eloquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eloquis.com or call 1-855-ELOQUIS.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, dollar, DOLLAR. That's dollar. Enter it now at realradio.fm. Good luck.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The 3 best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Tuesday, September 30th, 2025. Lots to get to today, from will the government shut down to Mr. Beast is under fire for setting someone on fire, and Hurricane Imelda is at our front door. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right to the studio in real time. And it is, friends, a Share the Show Tuesday. Oh, yeah. That's right. It's when you tell people about the News Junkie radio show live stream or podcast. It's when you just, if you're watching on YouTube, which you should be doing, go hit the like button just to support on a Share the Show Tuesday. How's everybody doing on a Tuesday?
Pretty good. Ready to party. How are you?
Yeah, let's do it. Good, hanging in there. A couple of swerves and curves this morning. But
How you feeling? I saw that you have your Flonase is holstered by your side over there.
I did. I was running behind it. I said, Courtney, you got to bring me the Flonase. And she came running in with the Flonase because I was running right up to the wire trying to get some stuff done because there was a few things not working the correct way. And so she ran in here and gave it to me. But I think
nice lady.
Oh, not
she
perfect.
ran in like a pit crew. Handed him his Flonase, poured some Celsius in his mouth, screwed the tires back on, and sent him on his way.
She did indeed. Yeah. Yep. Sent me on my way. So here we go. We got a show for you today. Good to have Sabrina back and everybody on board. And let's see what we got. Let's see what's going on out there. Let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse, and let's see what's happening in this great big wide world of ours. And we take it to the streets, everybody. That's right. We're taking it to the streets where a police officer has pulled over a vehicle. Now, I don't exactly know why this vehicle has been pulled over, and honestly, that's not really important.
Was that ass too fat?
It might have been, actually. Who knows? But what we know is the cop pulled this person over and was administering a traffic stop. That's when something fairly unexpected happened from behind. All right. So, first of all, the cop was wandering up to this SUV to try to pursue this traffic stop when all of a sudden, now, what do we see? We see his police car has crashed into the vehicle.
Yeah,
that he was
and the
pulling
airbags
over.
deployed.
And the airbags deployed.
Is there
But
idle speed?
here's the thing. It's a little trickery because somebody ran into his police car.
Oh.
Somebody drove into his police car, and the weirdest interaction is about to happen. All right, here we go. This is the person who just plowed into his car, made it smash into the vehicle he was pulling over. All the airbags are off. Here comes the guy.
187. My vehicle's just been hit. Start an ambulance.
Hey, what happened?
You tell me.
I need a new car.
All right.
First and foremost, officer.
First of all,
if only that's how it works, right? You know,
he wanders out like the OK Corral, like this is GTA, and you're like, there's no punishment for anything. He's like, hey, what happened? What do you think happened? You just ran into a cop car at 50 miles an hour, dude. And he goes, I think I need a new car. Like this dude is in the middle of a game.
Not for nothing, but that cop is probably running through a whole bunch of different thoughts. Most of all, the one where he could have been in between his cruiser and the car he's just pulled over when this dude plowed into them. You know,
and maybe would have died, right? Like, I mean, if he was squishing with
he has no legs.
If not
Officer,
died,
no legs.
Yeah, if not died, then wheelchair for the rest of your life. I know. You know, I had a friend who this happened to. You know, they were helping somebody on the side of the road and got hit like in this situation and never walked again.
Right. And this guy he just comes out of nowhere, this dude who pops up and he goes, hey, what's going on?
What happened?
Hey, what happened? And then the cop goes, you tell me. And he goes, I need a new car. And it just gets weirder.
187. My vehicle's just been hit. Start an ambulance.
Hey, what happened?
What happened?
You tell me.
I need a new car.
Somebody ran into me, pushed my vehicle into the other vehicle, started an ambulance, need a supervisor.
He's just wandering around like an NPC.
Here, come over here, buddy.
Look, his car is completely smoked,
I got to tell you, for what the damage is, I thought I would hear more of a boom when it all happened.
You know, the way that it happened, maybe he didn't pick it up as much on his body cam, but the car is smashed up pretty good that ran into the police vehicle.
Down the road.
This is the first I've seen of the car that hit him.
Yeah, because it's like, it's a little behind.
Quick. Have a seat.
Look at it. He looks out of it.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm all right.
What happened, dude?
I don't know, man. I've been drinking.
You been drinking?
Yeah, I've been drinking.
Buddy, this is not Grand Theft Auto.
Do they have that as an option on Grand Theft? He didn't even hesitate to incriminate himself.
I mean, I'm not here to help a bad guy get away with something like C-Lane often does on the show. But what the hell, dude? Like, dial it down with the emissions. He's like,
also, Sabrina, to answer your question, yes, you can very much drink and drive on Grand Theft Auto, and it's harder to drive.
Oh, cool.
Well, that's what this guy's doing. He's got more for us, though.
All right.
What happened, dude?
I don't know, man. I've been drinking.
You been drinking?
Yeah, I've been drinking.
Okay.
And I took some weed pills.
Some weed pills?
Oh, yeah.
Gosh.
Okay.
And I murdered somebody.
Anybody else in the car?
Did you take truth serum?
Yeah, right.
187. Start a trooper. Here, just sit down, man. Just sit down.
He's trying to get up again.
Driver tells me he's been drinking and took some weed pills.
Took them weed pills. And like the guy just gives it all up. He's given up the whole thing to this police officer, and he keeps going here.
No. Sit down, sit down. Okay. I don't want you to get hit, okay? Hey, you guys all right up in there?
Yeah, I forgot about them. The people he pulled over also got hit. They're like, wait, what?
So do we still get a ticket?
I think this should get them out of the ticket.
Yeah, it should. It honestly...
Unless they're all drunken on weed pills.
Yeah, I feel like this should get them out of it.
Hey, just hang tight, okay?
Can I stand up? My head's getting light.
Just sit down, man. You just in a bad accident. I don't want you to get hurt. Okay? You wandering around out in that traffic, somebody gonna hit you.
Somebody gonna hit me.
Just like
That's
you
what
hit
he
the cop
said.
car.
Yeah. right, he says at some point, he's like, I just don't like cops.
You know, insurance. It ain't gonna cover that though.
Well, I don't know, but that's not what we're concerned about right now. We're concerned about everybody's okay. All right.
This guy's so honest. He's like, I've got insurance, but I'm guessing I've got to be honest with them too and tell them what I've done here.
Whatever part that smacked his head is the part where you just say everything. There is no filter whatsoever.
You could have said, I don't know. I just passed out while I was driving. And then the next thing I know, I hit your vehicle. I'm so sorry. But he's just out with it. He's like, insurance ain't going to cover this.
I need a new car.
I might as well.
I was trying to do my Sudoku on the way here, you know.
It's like, look, I mean, I'm going to get arrested eventually. Can I just sit in the back of the police car? I want to get comfy.
No, you can't sit in the back of the police car. You just plowed into it, man.
It's okay. There's enough back there. I can get through. Just let me. I want to go to jail.
The police officer hits his radio dispatch. I just got hit by a literal canary. Just this guy.
This man is singing right now.
Leave the red paint because it's all over his hands. Thank you.
Well. Quick question. He hasn't said you have the right to remain silent yet. Does all this still count? Or is this like a loophole?
The body cam.
The guy's like, well, you haven't said it yet, so I'm gonna tell you everything.
Here's the thing. He kind of skipped the interrogation part. The driver here.
Yeah.
So I don't think you still have Miranda rights when you just walk out and start going, sorry, a little drunk on my weed pills. I need a new car.
Yeah. All right, let's see how this wraps up here.
All right. I did that on purpose, sir.
What?
What, you hit me on purpose?
Yeah, I did.
Why is that?
I'm bored.
Oh, Lord. What weed pills did you take?
He said I did it on purpose, sir. And he goes, why? And he goes, I'm bored.
I'm bored. So you ran in the back of me on purpose?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I ain't talking, man.
Yeah? All right.
All right. Just what a weird encounter.
I mean, what is his lawyer going to think?
Dude, the lawyer's going to resign immediately when he sees the body cam
footage.
footage.
From DUI to attempted murder at record speed.
Yeah. Oh, God. What a time. There you go. So that gentleman finds himself, as you might imagine, in a little bit of trouble these days. Be a little quieter. Again, not trying to tell you what to do as a criminal to succeed in your criminality, but probably a bad idea to do that. Most attorneys would say, would be my guess.
All right. So as far as the Miranda rights, officers are required to read you your rights only once. Only once two conditions are both met. One of them is you are in custody, meaning you are not free to leave. Now, he wasn't really free to leave.
He had nowhere to leave.
But he wasn't formally arrested or
he wasn't cuffed. He wasn't
cuffed.
Yeah.
It says formally arrested or otherwise significantly deprived of your freedom of movement in a way similar to an arrest.
Okay.
He still had freedom of movement. The officer just wanted him to sit down for his safety.
But everything that he said, can it still be used against him in a court of law?
I think so. It says you are subject to interrogation, meaning law enforcement officers are asking you questions, which the cop was not doing. He volunteered all that information. He didn't ask if you've been drinking. He didn't ask any of that stuff that are likely to elicit an incriminating response. So I don't think that this speech is protected in any way. I think.
By the way, none of this matters if he just rolls into the courtroom and does the same thing. He's
correct.
Like, Good evening, Your Honor. I really messed up on this one. I did a lot of stupid things. I was bored. I do not like cops, and I wanted to run into a police officer. So
and this is a rental that I just drove through the courthouse.
The insurance is never going to pay for any of this. All right, we got some updates on the Jimmy Kimmel front, believe it or not. What happened afterwards? That's what a lot of people lose track of. And I remember reading the story that said that there was a huge spike in viewership for Jimmy Kimmel after the whole controversy with the White House and the back and forth there.
And now back to normal?
And now back to normal? Yeah. Well, I mean, back down quite a bit. On the day after the big 6.5 million viewership, it went all the way back down to 2.3 million total viewers. And early numbers for the Monday or Tuesday show have it back down in a million range. So the spike that Jimmy Kimmel got from people going, ooh, I want to see what he's going to say. Let's see what happened here. Or people who we're rooting for him, or any of those things, seems to have almost already evaporated, which is, not a surprise. That's what happens in all of these cases. People say, let's do the looky-loo thing, let's pop in, and then they're like, I don't really care about this anymore.
It'd be kind of funny if he leaned into it, though, and gets out for his monologue, like, maybe Thursday of this week, and goes, I'm told my ratings are back to normal, so now I can go on.
Really got to dig in?
Telling you the stuff that I was going to tell you 2 weeks ago.
Thank you. Yeah. They also had a story about the streaming subscribers canceling, and Gizmodo said, how many streaming subscribers did Disney lose after suspending Jimmy Kimmel? And they make a claim. They got it from some journalist on Blue Sky, which is Crazyville, but they said Disney lost 1.7 million paid streaming subscribers who canceled service in the immediate aftermath of ABC pulling Jimmy Kimmel from the airwaves, according to Marissa Kabas. I don't know if I'm saying her name right. Kimmel's show, Jimmy Kimmel Live, was suspended for a week after Donald Trump's FCC pressured local TV stations. The local TV station said they weren't motivated by that, but they dropped him on its own. But Disney said they saw more than, or this reporter says Disney saw more than 1.7 million total paid streaming cancellations during that week.
I mean, now, there was enough that they offered 6 months at 70% off. I went to that page on my Hulu.
Here's the thing. They said 1.7 million subscribers lost was 436% above a subscriber loss that's typical for the same period. However, this included Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN Plus in the numbers. And although they try to work around it, this was the same time when they sent out an email that said the price is going to be increased. So the price increase emails probably accounted for a significant portion of 1.7 million cancellations, would be my guess.
Or one helped the other. Like if you're on the fence about one, the other kind of sealed the deal.
Yeah, well, like you said, I'm a double whammy. Like, I don't like this or I like this. Now, I am not suggesting that no one canceled their subscriptions to any of these platforms. Obviously, there were at least a couple of people who screenshotted and showed that they did. I am saying the idea that 1.7 million households or accounts were canceled as a result of Jimmy Kimmel, it's just not how it's going to end up dicing out for Hulu and ESPN and Disney and everybody involved here. I think the price increases are much more problematic when it comes to subscriber churn. That's a thing that makes people look at it and go, you know what? I wasn't really using Hulu all that much anymore, and now I'm going to ditch it. I've decided to slim down. And that's why I think you're seeing, and I don't know much about this because it's not really my world as much as it is like Sea Lanes or something, but resurgence and pirating of material out there. There's people going away from these platforms.
Well, everybody started not pirating stuff because they made it cheap.
Yeah.
Like
and then they didn't.
When Napster and like LimeWire and all those other Kazaa, all those services were big, it was because like, oh, all of a sudden this is free. And then they went on this campaign to tell you, but you're stealing and you wouldn't download a car and all that stuff.
Right.
And but at the same time, they also made really affordable decisions on how to let you get that stuff for not for free, but for a small enough price where you're like, okay, I'm doing the right thing here. It's not costing me a lot of money.
Yeah, that's what they did. They roped everybody in because it was like, well, this is convenient and it's legal and I'm good and I won't lose my internet and I don't have to worry about VPNs until it's like they increase the prices so much that it's more than it was before.
Oh my gosh, and VPNs have deals all the time for days. Right. They're like, you want like 4 years for $16 on the September 30th deal? Let's go.
So, some of them are quite good, I hear. PF over on YouTube says, also, promos for last year were expiring, mine included. They should be offering new promos shortly, just like they do each year on those platforms. Yeah, I mean, there's just not enough people who are interested enough in things like this that you'd have 1.7 million people canceling. It wouldn't be that way. This is a way to go like, look, our resistance was working. Not dissimilar to some of the stuff in the aftermath of like Jaguar or Bud Light, where like every difference in stock price, you're like, we did that. We take credit for that. Some of it is just natural drops. And And in this case, I think that's what you had. But yeah, Jimmy Kimmel shedding 64% of the audience the next day and almost 80% of it as of this week. Will you keep tuning in? Did you cancel? Did you resubscribe? Let us know. Check in with us as we roll on a Share the Show Tuesday. Send us a dispatch over on thenewsjunkie.com. Gonna need another nasal spray. I'm telling you, it was a last minute move here. I just really quickly went and then put it away because I had to crack the microphone. So we need to get a little bit more in there, and we'll be clear for the show. And we'll also be clear to tell you about what's happening with Hurricane Imelda. Everybody, that's right, baby. It's out there. It's right off the coast, buzzsawing off the coast of Florida. What is it going to look like today for you? What's it going to look like tomorrow for you? Are these two storms going to mega power up and turn into something bigger, as we've discussed? We now know all the details, and we'll give you sort of the final update on what to expect from Hurricane Imelda. Plus, we talked about somebody making a big comeback, and now a new shoe drops. What has happened here? Wait till you hear this. And I want to see if you're going to be a buyer. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733. From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Hey, what's happening? I hope your ride right now is a smooth and safe one on the major highways and roads of Orlando. Seems like we're incident-free east and westbound on I-4 at this time, and the same does go for Colonial Drive and the Beach Line. East and west of the 408 is also moving along fine. Thankfully, north and south of the Turnpike is clear, as well as the Greenway and the 429 toll. Thankfully, no issue.
Hello! Good morning, everybody. Oh. Cameraman. At attention.
Deck chairs, luggage, and more. Get a sneak peek of all the deals at Staples.com.
How we doing?
That was easy.
We good? I'm going to need at least a spray. So hang on. Flonase time.
Raise all the time. Like every time you open the bill, it's a different price. Imagine instead of just shoveling up all that money to the utility company, you take control of your energy. That's where solar installers of Florida come in. You call them up, they're going to design and install a solar system. Tailored towards your energy needs.
Oh, that'll do it. That'll do it.
Enjoy predictable bills for years to come. And right now, those federal tax credits make that switch more affordable than ever. But that goes away at the end of the year. So don't wait. Dreading that next bill. Start looking forward to energy free.
We good now.
Call it in. Get a free quote 407-777-5050. That's 407-777-5050. Let them know Ceiling from the News Junkie sent you.
Eddie Hernandez. Sean, Mobland on the Paramount channel stole your theme song in the end credits. What do you mean, the intro song? You talking about the intro song to the show? That's Arctic Monkeys. Do you really want to know? E-Fresh Rock says, I'm good unless the government shuts down. It looks like we could have a government shutdown at midnight. Everybody's using the same rhetoric, like, we're going to target you. I think Cory Booker or Hakeem Jeffries was out there saying, say it to my face. They're all doing the same nonsense. And we're headed for a shutdown potentially at midnight. And Trump has said we're just going to furlough federal officers and federal officials and anybody who works for the government. So the showdown has big implications, and we're going to talk about that at some point during the show today, not just yet. Tony, that's the good stuff. Happy Secret Shows Day to all who celebrate. Can't wait. We got the H Mart Smackdown tonight on Secret Shows. Now, this is live because we do it live once a week, usually on Thursdays, but this week we have a scheduling issue, so it's tonight around 7:45-ish. It's streamed live exclusively on the News Junkie Discord, which is linked on thenewsjunkie.com. If you're a subscriber, you can get in there. If you don't know what any of that is, just click the Discord link and follow the instructions, and then ask somebody for help. If you get lost in the Discord, just look for General. All right, General. PF says it's a stupid waste of time. Just about everybody will still get paid. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I guess good thing I don't have a movie. Says Feral Kitten. That's Christina, right? I think. If it is, aren't you running out of movies? Haven't you seen all of the movies? How was that Leonardo DiCaprio movie? What's your review on that? Because I think it looks decent. I think it looks like a fun little movie. Courtney says it's too long and doesn't look good to her. 1 minute and we're coming back live. You should have bought something really weird to try on secret shows. I did. I bought a bunch of stuff. I bought all sorts of stuff from H Mart for the H Mart SmackDown. Okay, we're coming back. Here we go.
Scary, not even half as scary as a leaky roof, though. This Halloween, Eustace Roofing has a scary good deal with their Spooktacular Savings Event. $1,500 off your roof replacement. Quality products and craftsmanship for over 65 years. These guys serve all of Central Florida, and they are metal roofing experts. Schedule your free estimate today at eustaceroofing.com and take advantage of their Spooktacular Savings Event. Terms and conditions apply. The real roofers, real craftsmen, real professionals, real experts. It's Eustace Roofing.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, dollar, D-O-L-L-A-R. That's dollar. Enter it now at realradio.fm. Good luck.
Where breaking news meets broken people. This is the News Junkie.
Well, right off the coast of Florida right now. What can we expect? What's going to happen? We keep talking about the Fujiwara effect. Are we going to get two hurricanes rolling into one? Oh, boy. Hurricane update is on the way in just a moment. We'll tell you what's happening with Hurricane Imelda. But first, I want to tell you you can join us on the show today, as you always can. All you have to do is send us what we call a dispatch. Record yours over on thenewsjunkie.com. Or if you want to email, it's easy. Tips, T-I-P-S, at thenewsjunkie.com. Previously on the show, we talked about how a big star was making a comeback. And it was not Michael Richards. That was the most recent person we talked about doing a comeback. Mm-hmm. And by the way, I saw that some media outlets went to his first show and was like, he did a good job.
Wait, he's already done a show?
I think so. Yeah, I saw him post like big thanks to everybody who came out and all the people who had the kind words to say.
No N-words?
I think he set the bar kind of low. He's like, Michael Richards got through a show without a single N-word. Congratulations, Michael. All right.
Yay.
So I think he might have set the bar.
Tour, okay?
Yeah, he's not done yet, but I think he might have set the bar a little bit low. But it's not him. It's not him. We talked about somebody else making a comeback recently. Any idea who I'm talking about?
Matt Lauer.
That's right, Matt Lauer. Matt Lauer. And then we kind of agreed, hey, the only thing we've seen Matt Lauer doing as of late is just photos of him driving around on his motorcycle.
Yeah, and he announced that he's got to come back, but no backup. The plan itself was not given. Even media outlets were like, we didn't hire him to do anything.
Right. Everybody's looking at everybody else going, you hire Matt Lauer? I didn't hire Matt Lauer. He coming back to the Today Show? Hell no, he's not coming back to the Today Show. Now we know what he's doing. They have announced Matt Lauer's big comeback plan. And I ask you two questions. One, will it work? Two, will you buy? All right? Will it work and will you buy are my questions for you. Because NBC newsman Matt Lauer, disgraced, is making his career comeback with a revenge tell-all book that is going to name all the names and dish all the dirt. He's going to drop it all on us.
How's he going to not get sued?
Maybe. Well, if he's telling the truth, he'll be okay. He said he's just going to spill all of the details.
Spill
publishers have shown a key interest. He's willing to call people out, which he absolutely is.
I'm going to name the engineer who installed that closing locking door in my office.
And whoever approved the budget, they're getting named too.
Love him or hate him, Matt's seen it all, this person said. He's got so much dirt that will make for compelling reading. They said people iced him out like Katie Couric. She's going to be a target. There's no reason he'll hold back. He feels betrayed by so many people. These are people he thought were real friends. And the moment he was in trouble, they turned their backs completely. It's unforgivable.
What were you in trouble for?
He doesn't care how bad it gets or what happens here. He says he is going to go guns a-blazing, and Matt Lauer is ready to spill all the dirt. And he's going to take Hollywood down. He's going to take them down.
Okay.
So what do we think, first of all? Number one, do we think a lot of people would buy this book?
No.
Do we think there'd be interest in this book?
I think people will be interested in it, and they will probably read the juicy excerpts that someone posts on the internet.
Mm-hmm. All right. What do you think, Celine? Do you think people will buy Matt Lauer's comeback dirt dishing book?
I think some people will buy it. I don't know that it's going to go straight to the bestseller list.
No Skywall.
Is he gonna narrate the audiobook himself?
Oh, I don't know.
That'd be hilarious.
They said he's in talk with all the streaming networks. He's in, I just wonder how persona non grata he is these days. Like, will the streaming networks, like, would Netflix go, well, let's roll the dice.
Oh,
let's
he has
give
to
him a
bank
little
on
show.
this, right? Because if it doesn't go well, he's going to burn all the bridges.
Oh my God, that would be it. Like, this is him hitting another button. This button is dropping all the nukes to get some attention, because guess what? The truth is, at the end of the day, people love that kind of stuff. They 1,000% love that kind of stuff.
That's why they love that Cat Williams video, right? Didn't Cat Williams kind of air out a lot of people's stuff?
Yeah, hell yeah. That was huge for him. Like, if C-Lane just stomped out right now and I said, yeah, kiss my ass, and you hear the door slam behind C-Lane, I go, I've had enough. Enough's enough. When we come back, I'm going to tell you all the dirt that's been built up behind the scenes for the last 12 years and counting. And I'm going to tell you what's what about Christopher Dolores Lane. If you want to hear the real dirt, you want to see all the tea spilt everywhere, that's coming up next. Now, who's leaving? Who's not going to sit there by the radio to hear that? People love that kind of stuff. So I think there'll be an appetite, at least for the interview.
You're ready for silence. He ain't got nothing.
I got it.
And I'm going to disconnect him.
But how valid is it? Like, do you have to take everything he puts in that book with a grain of salt? Because he's disgraced. He was fired for being a creep, and those details did come out when he was fired.
I would think less about him being disgraced and more about what's his motivation. And his motivation is attention and revenge. And let me tell you, that's not a good motivation. That's usually a pretty bad motivation to go into something with. So if somebody's motivation is attention and revenge, that's when I would grain of salt things. That's when I'd be like, I don't know. But he's going to have attorneys. He's going to have this all buttoned up.
Does he have money? He's got to have something, saved up.
He was making big money on the Today Show, like crazy money on that show. Never work again kind of money. But these people, when you get to this level in media, it's not about, I don't ever have to work again and I can have a nice life and I can have all the nice things that I want to. It's about the power, the attention, and the level of success that you feel. And that's what he's probably dying for. He's dying for that comeback story. And he's seen a lot of people do it. He's seen people like Louis C.K. Like we've always talked about all these people who have been completely iced out and canceled or whatever.
Yeah, but Louis C.K.'s sins were a little different than Matt Lauer's.
Yeah. I mean, he had that door installed. The whole lock button. Is that what he wants back? Where's he going to get that back?
I mean, we went through, I think last time we talked about this, some of the accusations that were out there against Matt Lauer, and none of that is good, but a lot of time has passed. I don't know that he ever really said his piece on that, but the biggest question will be, do you think the Today Show would have Matt Lauer back on for an interview? Nah. I don't think they would.
I don't think they would, but if they did, I mean, the reason is ratings. They would get eyes on that.
Kimmel could have him back on.
But there's because a competing network would be perfect for them. But the Today Show is like, why do we want to have Matt Lauer back on so we can blow up some stuff that happened on our network, so we can go after like Katie Couric or something? I don't think they're going to want to have that. But I also think other networks, yes.
I also think to have him back on the Today Show, like realistically, there's probably a handful of people that still work for the Today Show that worked there when he was there, that this would kind of be a slap in the face to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, it'll be interesting to see. But disgraced NBC newsman planning revenge tell-all is the big headline out there today as we look at more important things, including Hurricane Imelda off the East Coast. It's hard to believe because, folks, no matter where you're listening to us today, I'll tell you, if you look at the maps, like I'm looking at some of the radar loops here.
It's like boobs in the water.
It is like boobs in the water. If you looked at the maps, the left boob is right off the coast of Florida. And you would think, how are they even doing this show today? Oh, my God, it must be crazy in Florida. There's a hurricane buzzsawing the southeastern United States. But it's really not that bad. You know, it's just a little... It's a normal day with a little bit more wind.
Coming
and some
from
rain.
a guy who hasn't been outside today.
I have too been outside.
I mean, it is nasty outside, but it's not hunkered down.
It's not like a hurricane.
No. Now, granted, the Bahamas got wrecked, I believe.
Yeah, it's like rolling right over the Bahamas. And then there's another storm out there. So there's two. There's Imelda. And what's the other one? The other storm that's still out there. Umberto. So those two are just rolling around. And it's crazy because just peeking at the map, you'd go, or the radar, you'd go, God, it looks really, really bad out there. Maybe we should stay inside today. But what's going to happen next is the most interesting thing. So you could see in some of the radar and wind maps and stuff that they've done, the storms are together, then they're going to roll together like a pair of eyeglasses and then roll into one storm and then spin off of each other, the whole time avoiding landfall on the east coast of the United States of America, which is crazy because I've been saying like we got this shield off of the east coast of the United States of America and the shield is holding. It's holding, baby. We are good. I know you guys think I'm screwing this up for you, but so far so good.
Where's it sending that resulting storm to?
Just shooting it off into Nowhereville. Right, just right off there, and then it burns out eventually. But it's kind of interesting to see the two storms they like gather up. So far, so good. You know, a little windy, a little bit of rain, but everybody looks like they're hanging on. And we'll keep an eye on the Bahamas and what kind of damage was done there, of course, from Hurricane Imelda, because they did indeed get hit today. We'll see what you think about all of this. Send us a dispatch or even an email to tips at thenewsjunkie.com. When we return, we'll talk about more comedians jumping in on this whole performance in Saudi Arabia. Very upset about this. I watched that new Hulu docuseries last night about the woman who
603.
The family says that this woman, her name is Ellen Greenberg. The family says she did not commit suicide. How could she have? She was stabbed in the back a bunch of times.
Down a wormhole.
It's a very, very interesting story, and we'll talk about that when we come back. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Classic Alternative this weekend on Real Radio 104.1. Real Music Weekends are Classic Alternative.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hey, Central Florida, and happy Tuesday. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And for today, we are going to be expecting another breezy day. Plan for wind gusts as high as, say, 20 to 25 miles per hour. Temperatures will be a little cooler as well, with highs only reaching the mid to upper 80s. Plan for a high today in Orlando specifically of around 87. As we head throughout the afternoon hours, we'll also see a slight increase for some of our stray shower chances, about a 30 to 40% chance, mostly throughout this afternoon. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by the Harlem Globetrotters. This isn't just a game. It's a once-in-a-generation event. The Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour. Come be a part of a legacy that never stops. Be there when history is made. The Harlem Globetrotters.
Hey! Bobbity boo! Okay with the way your hair looks. Go reset, recharge, walk out sharp, and do that at Hammer and Nails Grooming for Guys, the nation's first barber spa.
All right, folks.
You're going to go in, and as soon as you check in, they're going to offer you a drink.
Welcome behind the scenes of the show. It's a Share the Show Tuesday, so if you don't mind, no pressure, but if you can hit that like button over on YouTube, that would be greatly appreciated. On Twitch, they have instituted a brand new like button. I was happy to hear about this today. So if you could like over on Twitch, that also would be helpful at twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. You just take your hand, flatten your hand as best you can, and if you pull your hand back and hit your monitor, it has to be at a good rate of speed, but you'll see the thumbs up animation come up on the screen, and that will add to the stream, and that's the best way to share the show on Twitch today. Godspeed. 3 minutes. Abraham Dragonfriend says, I'm going to order my Rose costume today. Nice. What are you wearing? Or is it a secret? Hi. Yeah, hang on. Mute. Hang on, I got to mute. Hello, hello.
Why settle for a one-size-fits-all? That's where Volume comes in. Volume uses advanced science to analyze your gut biome with a simple...
E-Fresh Rock says, well, if the government shuts down, I'll just say my screen was like that when I get back. I've seen that the Trump administration has taken a lot of the government websites. This is going to be a little hard to see, but this is HUD, the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. And they've taken a lot of the government websites and put a banner message on top. The banner message is like when a cable provider is going to war with a network. Like, you know, Spectrum users will lose their HBO service as a result of a contract dispute. But it says on the government websites, the radical left are going to shut down the government and inflict massive pain on people unless they get their $1.5 trillion wish list of demands. The Trump administration wants to keep the government open for the American people. That's the banner on these websites. What do you think? 1 minute and we're coming back. We're going to talk about this Hulu documentary or docu-series that was wild. All right, if you haven't seen this series, it is on Hulu. It is a 3-parter, and it's interesting for a variety of reasons. But I want to go over it. I want to explain some of the stuff to you because it's going to generate some buzz moving forward. Why? You're about to find out. Stand by.
Which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eloquis.com or call 1-855-ELOQUIS.
From school drop-offs to weekend getaways, at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, you can get a quick and easy oil change in about 15 minutes. Drive in today. No appointment needed. Go to VIOC.com for money-saving coupons and to find a location near you.
dispensing unsolicited advice on a wide range of pointless topics.
You can learn more about the world's most viral newsroom over on the website. It's just one click away. Those updates that I've been talking about are headed there soon. They're working on this on the dev team right now. You can find out what's happening now, though, over on thenewsjunkie.com. This news series from Hulu was released. Sabrina, did you say you watched this, or you said you went down a rabbit hole? I don't know if that means you watched it
Both.
or not on Hulu. You did?
Yeah, watched the entire
She watched
thing.
it in a rabbit hole.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a good place to do
What's
it.
up,
with something
Doc?
like this.
I watched all of it, and then as the details, started to come out, I was on my phone and I was searching, and then I went into internet sleuth mode.
Yeah,
and I sent a friend request to the new wife.
Oh, okay. So you're like getting some connections going with the people featured in this whole thing. So this is called, it's a new docuseries on Hulu called Death in Apartment 603. What happened to Ellen Greenberg? And I had just vaguely remembered this story from 2011. The only thing I have great recall on in my brain is news stories. You can ask me about almost any news story, and I remember like little details of it for some reason. It's the only thing I can really recall like that. So I remembered this story, and
Are
I
you
remember
in Chicago then?
when it first happened, yes, but it didn't really pop off at first. The story wasn't really big until about 4 or 5 years later, when the family started fighting back. The family started going out to the media and trying to get attention and saying, our daughter didn't kill herself, she was murdered. All right. And that was when this really started to make waves. And then it continued to over the last several years. And by the way, this is an interesting docuseries to get into on Hulu, Death in Apartment 603, because there's going to be an update in like a matter of weeks. There's going to be an update on
October
this.
14th.
I love that. I love when you finish a docuseries and you're like, well, that's over. I ended that. And they go.
And the way it ended was so, I don't know, not what you wanted and very baffling considering all the evidence that they had. But October 14th, and I'll be watching. I don't know where to watch, but I'll be watching.
I think we may have come to different conclusions on this, but let's bring people.
She killed herself?
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear she killed herself. But let's bring people to the trailer first. It's called Death in Apartment 603. What happened to Ellen Greenberg on Hulu? Here we go. It's a 911 call.
Help, Peter, emergency now. My fiance's on the floor with blood everywhere. Please hurry. There's a knife sticking out of her heart. Oh, no. Oh, no.
It was January of 2011 when Greenberg was discovered dead by her fiance.
This is like a young couple. I don't know how old they were when this happened, but they were fairly young.
27.
27? So they're in their 20s. They were engaged. They had not yet been married. They were engaged. They seemed to have a lot going for him. He worked in the golf broadcast world.
Yes. He was at NBC for a minute as a producer.
Yep, yeah. He worked in like producing golf
wormhole.
Live on television. And she was a teacher at a school. She was a local teacher. And she was living with him in this apartment in Philadelphia, in the Philadelphia area, this apartment that they had together.
How do you say it? Manayunk?
Yeah, it's kind of, I've never heard of that before the show. But in the Philadelphia area, they're staying in this apartment, and they were in obviously apartment 603. That's why it's called Death in Apartment 603. So here's basically the story of what happened. This guy says his fiance comes home from work, and we don't really know much about what happened, but he decided to go to the gym in the apartment building. So he leaves her in the apartment, in apartment 603, and he goes down to the gym. And he's in the gym for about 35-ish minutes. And then you see him coming back up the elevator to get into the apartment. Now, he says when he goes back up to the apartment, and this is going to be kind of weird for some of you. Sabrina might have an experience with this, but most people do not. In the building that you lived in for a while that was converted over from a hotel, did it have not deadbolts. What are those things called?
The latch.
The latch. Did it have one of those lock latches like a hotel had?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't believe it did. But
Yeah,
I've seen
they
those
may have
latches
changed
before.
Yeah. Like
In
you go
many
into.
apartments.
There's one at my house right now.
Oh, is there? All right.
Yeah.
So, like, you go into your house, you turn the little twist lock, you lock the deadbolt, and then there's that metal thing that you push over that is like a security lock that you have on most hotel room doors. So when he comes back to get in, that latch is locked, and that latch, best most people know, can only be locked from the inside of the apartment. And so he's banging on the door and he starts texting her and he's like, why aren't you answering? What's going on? Let me in. What the hell? You know, he's just furious, texting her that she's not letting her in. He goes downstairs and starts complaining to the front desk. And then finally he says, F it, I'm going to bust in the door. And he goes back to apartment 603 and they didn't really say how he did this, but I'm guessing like he drop kicks the door to break that security lock off. And when he does, his fiance, Ellen Greenberg, is in the kitchen on the ground with blood all over her. That was the moment at which he called 911 that you heard there at the beginning of the trailer. So these, lovebirds engaged, and he goes to the gym. He comes back. She's locked in, and she's stabbed a lot of times. So here's more.
She suffered more than 20 stab wounds. Philadelphia medical examiner initially ruled Greenberg's death a homicide before switching it to suicide.
How was this ruled a suicide? It just does not add up.
I have investigated stabbing suicides in my career, but I've never seen anyone stab themselves in the back.
Everyone realized how strange and twisted this case was.
So one thing you should always ask yourself, by the way, Elle Fanning and Dakota Fanning were the people who put this together, if you know them.
And I did not know that they have a new production company because I saw those names. I'm like, how are they involved? But yeah, they were behind it. They have a bunch of other stuff that's actually pretty good.
And if this is any indicator of the quality of content that they're putting out, it was well done. Like, it was a very highly polished, well done documentary, well told. They went back and forth on the timeline in a way that made a lot of sense. So kudos to them for doing this. But you always, all right, I've watched a lot of documentaries, a lot of docuseries. I've watched them afterwards. I've done the research on them. And the main question I've found that you need to ask yourself is, who is participating? All right? Because if there's some sort of controversial thing going on, oftentimes, save for that insane story where the mom participated, who might have been sending some text messages to her kids, okay? Save for that, almost all times you'll go, well, how come one of the parties is not involved in this? And it's because there's a rift and you're getting one side of the story. Sure. So this is her family working with these people to get their story out there about their daughter. And because they're the source, everything is sort of going to be framed around that. You're getting the perspective of the family who does not believe their daughter committed suicide.
And I see that perspective, and I can understand where that would be swayed to look, through their eyes. But in any other murder case that you typically see in the last few decades, just like that investigator said, they start that investigation, if it's a homicide, with the person that's closest to them and then the farthest away. Right. And as far as suspect number one, it should have been the fiance, of course.
Yeah, that's
who
true.
Is not.
But that's true unless it's a suicide. And because they labeled this as a suicide, they don't do an investigation. And they actually had, and you saw this in there, because the family was coming to pick stuff up, the apartment building was like, let's send in a crime scene cleanup team. So somebody literally cleaned up the crime scene in a professional way.
I mean,
wait, who sent that in? You don't always get that for a suicide.
No, the family paid for it.
Yeah, the woman who runs who was at the time the manager for the apartment building, connected with a crime scene cleanup team. I don't know who paid for it, but she was the one who talked about it in the documentary. And they sent a crime scene cleanup team to clean up the crime scene because it was a suicide. And people have that. I mean, that's a tough job, but people have that as a job. And so afterwards, when they try to switch it back to murder, and then it went back and forth and stuff.
It's an even tougher job when you can't pay somebody to do it.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
One of the things they don't always talk about is a really, really dark corner of that particular world is that if you know somebody who, you know, puts a pistol in their mouth and once the cops come or once the people that come to take the body leave, they leave you with a big mess. No, nobody's coming to clean that up unless you call them.
Yeah, and that's what happened in this case. They had somebody come out and do that, though. Let's see what else they say here.
We had been told there may have been a meeting. Information was shared that convinced the medical examiner to change from homicide to suicide.
I was shocked.
The medical examiner's office, the police department, the district attorney's office, all the way to Governor Josh Shapiro back when he was Attorney General. These agencies consistently maintain their findings of suicide.
That was that.
The untold story.
Many errors happened in this case. You don't have investigation. You don't have a held crime scene.
That's not right.
Does the evidence match the story that we're hearing? Pretty much all of that is negative. It is our responsibility to Alan to find out the truth.
If you want to get away with a homicide, have it declared a suicide.
Death in apartment 603. What happened?
That's a good trailer. That's good. Yeah. Death in apartment 603. So that's the story.
It's kind of funny that this is the topic because I haven't seen any of this, but I'm watching the first season of Scandal right now. Yeah. And they're going through like the same thing.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, really? Yeah. I mean, so I watched
Scandal is old.
And I thought once I got the basic details of the story and it was confirmed when I read that evidence in the case afterwards, I thought as tragic as it is, it was pretty clear to me that this was a woman who was distraught and who took her own life, albeit in a very dramatic way. And it reminded me, I'll keep names out of this, but I've had experience with this not once, but twice, where I had a very close friend. I had a very, very close friend who was my best friend at the time. And his brother went downtown in West Palm Beach, and they found him at the bottom of a building. And he had gone there as part of a church group to talk to wayward kids and share the Bible with them. And his family just, as you could imagine, just did not want to accept the fact that this would happen. Where were the signs? Why wouldn't he talk to us? He did things beforehand that didn't indicate that he was planning on leaving us. We would have known that this was happening. He would have reached out, and they fought and they fought and they fought. And they eventually got all the security footage from the parking garage and stuff. And they saw he drove up there. He was by himself. And unfortunately, he jumped off the building and took his own life years and years ago. But the family, I think they eventually came to terms with it, I believe, but they struggled for a really long time. And they thought this couldn't be somebody taking their own life. It must be a murder. It must have been a murder. That's what I see in this case. I see a family that is really struggling with their young daughter and their sister and all of those things. And a case that is absolutely, admittedly weird. You don't usually find people with stab marks in their backs, right?
Yeah.
You don't usually see that kind of stuff. But to me, I thought it's pretty clear.
Well, and the crime scene or whatever, the scene itself, I mean, that entire process was completely bungled. The way that law enforcement typically should act in this kind of scenario until something is 100% determined. But you had evidence completely wiped away. You had the fiance's family take away all of her electronics when they were there to pick up stuff for the funeral. Supposed to be buried with their laptop. There's a lot of stuff that is very sus.
You know why they told that like that, though, right? You know why they said his family came in and collected the laptop and phone.
Was it her family?
Well, no, I think it was one of his family members who grabbed things, including the electronic devices. But they said that because her search history shows that she was repeatedly searching for ways to take her own life. And then the conspiracy comes in. It's like they planted these searches even before the period of time that all of this took place. They planted these searches on her account, which to me was kind of, that's not realistic. That's not happening. She had just texted her mom things like, I can't take this anymore. I know you think I can get past this, but I don't think I can. There was a lot of things like that. But afterwards, when I looked at one of the Reddit threads on this, somebody had laid out the case, and I'm like, yeah, that makes sense to me. There's a lot of people who just don't want to believe that. They also, they think there's some bigger conspiracy going on. We got to take a quick break. We'll get back. I'm not trying to cut off what you thought about it, Sabrina. We'll talk about that when we come back. We'll get into some feedback and a bunch of other things, but we are a little behind. Quick break here. Back with that and more. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Make Real Radio 104.1 number one on your presets on our all-new iHeartRadio app and get cool stuff at Real Radio events. Get the app for free in your app store.
Hey, what's happening?
Hey, everybody, we're in commercial break. But we'll be back in a matter of minutes.
Here, as well as the Greenway and the 429 toll. Thankfully, no issues on OBT or John Young Parkway.
Tanya says,
our Valvoline instant oil change traffic tip line.
no, he busted it open from the inside after he killed her, then went downstairs and came back and acted like it was locked and broke it down again, she says. Tanya says he was the one who did this. And to that I would say, Tanya, there was none of his DNA on any of the knives. His blood was not found mixed in with her blood. She didn't have any defensive wounds at all. He didn't have any wounds on him. And, just think about that a little bit. Think about, let's say he busted in and he did this and he attacked her and he stabbed her all of these times, right? If he's doing that, there's no world at all where it makes sense that she wouldn't be fighting back, but he doesn't get blood on him, he doesn't get cut, he doesn't get nicked up. When he goes downstairs, there's no blood on him at all. They never found any blood anywhere on him. It just makes more sense that the inevitable happened here. She was struggling. She didn't want to do the job she was doing. Her family kept telling her, no, you got to keep the job, not accepting that she was miserable. And she just wanted to quit this job. And the rest is just things that seem odd to people that then you pull into something worse. But here's my problem. Follow me for a second. Let's say this woman Googled these things about how to take her life, Googled all of this information, was going to a therapist, was trying to get medication, hated her job, texted her mother saying she couldn't take it anymore and all of these things. Let's say she did take her life in exactly the way that I think she did. And then her fiance comes upstairs and discovers her body where she stabbed herself and killed herself. And then, for the rest of his life, everybody suggests he's a murderer. And he can never get away from it, even though he lost the person that he loves. And he was a victim in this too. But because everybody wants to be a crime spelunker online, now he has to deal with being labeled a murderer for the rest of his life. Isn't that kind of messed up? Because that's what I think is happening here. Know what I mean? Very interesting docuseries though. Watch it. I missed it. What's it called? It is called Death in Apartment 603. Death in Apartment 603 on Hulu. Now, Charles says 20 plus stab wounds. I don't know. Great point. It was a very convincing thing to me at the beginning to say, stabbed in the back? 20 plus stab wounds? Well, honestly, when somebody does decide to take their own life with a knife, a lot of times there are multiple stab wounds. But most of those stab wounds, in fact, almost all of them on the neck right here and the back, don't say the rest of the song, but almost all of them right here on her neck were what they call hesitation wounds. That's where you try to do something, but you can't do it. The attempt being, and if you Google things like this and start researching things like this, you find terrible info like this online to try to sever your spinal cord so that when you take your life, it's as painless as possible considering the circumstances. 12 hours to stop the government shutdown. 90 seconds until we come back. I mean, people in Japan kill themselves all the time over work. China too, buddy. Foxconn got to put up nets so they don't, leap off the top. She was murdered by the fiance, and it's pretty obvious something went sideways in the investigation. It's not surprising to me that that's your take, but I don't think there is any evidence to back that up in any of the stuff that's publicly available. I mean, if somebody's like literally searching for ways that they can do this and telling everybody in their life that they're having mental issues, and I hate to say this, but all of those people are pushing back on them, you gotta buck up, keep doing the jobs. That's kind of what can happen. All right, we're coming back.
Learn more at Eloquis.com or call 1-855-ELOQUIS. Look to Orange Buick GMC for your next drop at Orange Buick.
Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eloquis.com or call 1-855-ELOQUIS.
Look to Orange Buick GMC for your next truck at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got questions after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Holiday magic! Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. WIN. WIN. That's WIN. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may your efforts bear fruit.
Occupying the space between high society and prison tattoos. This is the News Junkie.
And we're just happy to have you in here. Join us at any time on the show with a dispatch or even an email. That's easy to do. Put anonymous on top if you don't want me to say your name. Send that to tips, TIPS, at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll get back to that docuseries real quick here, but I wanted to mention something. Didn't we talk about at one point in time Stan Lee from Marvel? Didn't we talk about, wasn't there a documentary about how he was really taken advantage of in his last years? There was something like that.
I thought it was an article or a piece.
No, there was a documentary, I believe, and it was about like how essentially they wheeled Stan Lee around and just had him signing at every convention. Yeah. And like I think there was some sort of drama, like his family was upset that they thought he was elder abuse was going on.
In April of 2018, the Hollywood Reporter published a report that claimed Lee was a victim of elder abuse. Mm-hmm. The report asserted that, among others, Kaya Morgan, Lee's business manager and a memorabilia collector, had been isolating Lee from his trusted friends and associates following his wife's death in order to obtain access to his wealth, estimated to be around $50 million. Restraining order was issued. I am not seeing anything about a docu-series.
I remember there being a documentary or docu-series where somebody was going in on this, and it was weird because then people were saying, aren't you doing the documentary also doing the same thing where you too are taking advantage of Stan Lee? And this went on and on and on with accusations about how Stan Lee, the creator of Marvel Comics and Spider-Man and everything that came from that amazing world, was being taken advantage of right up until the day that he died. So the reason I bring this up was because I keep seeing these videos out of Comic-Con in Los Angeles, and I'll be damned if they don't have a holographic Stan Lee at the Comic Cons. And I'm like, dude, he's dead.
Yeah, but I think this is what Stan Lee would have wanted.
There's still that's an interesting angle there, because I thought they're still taking him and wheeling the dead Stan Lee out now.
Now, did all those people have
up.
to pay to see that?
I don't know. That's a good question. It's like, you know, those like holographic boxes that people use where you know, like you can do an appearance in it or whatever. Well, Stan Lee's in there, but he's obviously dead. He's obviously not with us. And it's a speaking thing and everything. It's talking.
To join you at the 2025 Los Angeles Comic Con. For decades, I had the thrill of spinning yarns.
So he just goes up there and he's talking, and it's a whole like AI holographic thing. Now, to C-Lane's point, like, I do look at this and go, God, let the man die. Can he not? He's working in his grave. He's working.
For other people, I would think that. But
he did film a lot of stuff. I think they even said he filmed stuff to be in Marvel movies moving forward.
Yeah, Roy Thomas, who succeeded Lee as editor-in-chief at Marvel, had visited Lee 2 days prior to his death to discuss the upcoming book, The Stan Lee Story. He said, I think he was ready to go, but he was still talking about doing more cameos. As long as he had the energy for it and didn't have to travel, he was always up to do more cameos. He got a kick out of those more than anything else.
Yeah, then that's when, if you've seen any Marvel movies, which most people have seen at least one, that's when you would see Stan Lee driving like a garbage truck or
reading a newspaper.
Yeah, some small little role. And from what I had heard was they had filmed a bunch of stuff so that they can work him into the Marvel movies even after his death. And if he wanted that, then awesome. Then all of this is great.
Isn't that crazy that somewhere at Marvel headquarters, there's just a drive full of generic Stan Lee cameo files, video files?
And to think that he didn't have to do any of that in 2025. They just need one picture of him, and they could AI everything else.
That's what they've got now. They have this box, and there he is at Comic-Con. Stan Lee standing there in his little like Mr. Rogers outfit. And he's welcoming everybody.
Heroes and villains in
talking.
a mighty Marvel manner. But the real heroes have always been you.
And it's cool, and in a way, it's kind of beautiful in a way. Like the person doesn't just die; they continue to be a force in this world. But it's just
make
weird
one of those for my funeral to really blow people's minds.
But what would you want? Would you want something like that after you died, or when you died, you just want to die? Like, I don't want people continuing to like utilize me for things and make money off me and put words in my mouth that maybe I wouldn't have said. And
I don't know. It depends. When am I dying? What have I done by that age? If it's right now, that I like knock on wood. But if I were to die like tomorrow, probably don't want me in a box doing that stuff. But then again, I still got a contract, so they're going to use it anyways, right?
Well, remember when we saw the thing where in court they used the dead brother or something, and they brought him back as AI, and
which was wild.
Yeah, and so it's like people now already are getting a level of immortality. It's like a small, like little tidbit of immortality. But Stan Lee's still at Comic-Con, technically. Stan Lee's still talking, and this is like the very beginning of this transition into a more digital AI-based world where maybe we don't disappear. Maybe we just kind of get uploaded. Exactly. Yes. We're now uploaded like the Amazon series. Anyhow, very, very weird and interesting. And tell us what you think about that over on thenewsjunkie.com. A lot of people were asking, what was the name of that series we were talking about on Hulu? It's called Death in Apartment 603. What happened to Ellen Greenberg? This woman that was stabbed 20 times, and the cops said first it was a suicide, then they changed it to homicide, then they changed it back to suicide, and then the family was pushing, and they changed it back to, I don't think they changed it to homicide, but something other than suicide, I think is what they ended up saying at some point in time. And this story is the view of the family who thinks something more nefarious happened here. And are we in agreement on this? Like, the only person that could possibly be a suspect, it seems to me, is her fiance. As I don't know that there is, like,
that would be the obvious one.
What I'm saying is when they say we think this was a murder, you're also saying we think the fiance did it because there's no other theories that I've seen at all.
Yeah, especially with the evidence that is there of when he went to the gym, when he went back into the elevator. But there was also stuff that he said that that was not true. Like he said that security guard had walked up and escorted him and witnessed him kicking down the door. That was not the case. He went back up by himself.
I don't think he said that. I think it said it in one of the reports. In one of the reports, it said that the front desk manager had gone up with him, which was not true.
Yeah, it was not true.
Yeah. No, I know. I'm saying that was true, but he didn't say that. It wasn't the fiance that said that personally. It was in one of the reports that he had gone to the front door and that the front door guy had gone with him. The report was incorrect. And they utilized that report as part of their decision making. But I don't think it was his testimony at any point in time that had happened, as far as I could tell.
And there was just that. I encourage everyone to watch it because there's just a lot of unanswered questions. I don't think that she killed herself. No.
Okay. Yeah. That's the family side of things. To me, I thought it was. Maybe I don't know what this says, but I thought it was pretty. I don't know if it was obvious because it has so many weird details. Like it's obviously a weird case, which is why it's a docu-series. Okay, that's why that exists. But to me, I said, okay, I see what happened here, and then I said the rest of it is like horrific family dealing with tragedy to me. And Sabrina came away with a different view on what happened in this case, as do a lot of people. I mean, there's a lot of people who do that kind of stuff. But to me, when I followed it and I started to see what was going on, I think once again, like you do in a lot of these stories, you have, and I'm not saying you in particular, Sabrina, I'm saying if somebody goes down this path, you have to believe in a pretty broad conspiracy, a conspiracy that goes all the way up to like the governor of the state, that involves law enforcement, that involves his family, this fiance. It becomes something very large when you follow it out logically. Well, and I tend to look at that and go, it's pretty impossible to keep a structure of lies like that in place, just in my estimation.
Of course. I mean, that's one way to put it as far as conspiracy theory, and that there are so many levels involved because of some, insert here hidden agenda, or there was a significant negligence on the cops on the scene, and then it got away from everybody. And so it's either admit that you effed up or you stick to it. But a lot of this stuff, because I also went, like I told you, and searched online and read everything, and I got a different take on it. But
you read all of her search history stuff?
All of that, all of the lawsuit that the family had so that they can get more information, the stuff that's coming up on the 14th. Granted, I am still...
What is coming up on the 14th? Like, what more is there to learn about this case?
There's a deadline on... The family won in court. They, in my estimation, they pressured the medical examiner to through various means, to finally change this away from a suicide. And I think this guy was like, God, I don't want to deal with this anymore. And he made a change to the parents' will. Because everybody who thinks what I'm thinking is kind of in a tough spot, because the family's like, no, we believe she was murdered. And then it seems like you're going after them. And it seems like you're going after their daughter. And it seems like, it's a tough position to take. But on the 15th or whatever it is, they have a court case where they have to make a decision about the relaunching a criminal investigation on this. And if they do, they'll have to take all the evidence that they do have, start to look into it, and see if there would be any charges against the fiance. Now, what I tried to do at some point in time was like, imagine the story is what it seems to be to me. And a fiance who is very much in love with this woman. And, I'm sure they had good times and bad times and all that. He went down to the gym for a little while and came back, and his fiance had taken her own life. And then afterwards, now for the rest of his life, he's got to deal with a good chunk of the country and the world thinking that he's a horrific person who did this. That, to me, is something you have to consider, because that very well, at least in my estimation, that's like what this guy's life is like right now. You know, it's not like a Casey Anthony thing where when I say something about Casey Anthony, I'm 100% sure of my target and what I believe she did and why I wouldn't feel bad about any of the statements, because I don't think that there's a chance that Casey Anthony was just a victim in all of this. And so that's why I target that to him, but to her. But in his case, I'm like, damn, that would suck so bad. You lose your fiance, and then also everybody thinks you killed her, and you got to kind of just try to disappear, which I think is what he's trying to do. You said you found them on social media. Does he have like public Instagrams and stuff?
No, everything's private.
Yeah, he shouldn't. That's smart.
Yeah, everything's pretty private. However, he worked on, after everything had happened, he went and did stuff for like Comedy Central, and I happened to have seen the show. He was part of the President Show or Mr. President Show. It only lasted one season. And then everything kind of dissipates a little bit. We got married, had a kid. It was about 3 years after she passed, I believe. And not much comment after that. Yeah. Now, I'm curious, though, if now that this docuseries is coming out, if they're going to make any sort of public statement.
Well, I would be blown away if there wasn't more. Like if they didn't do a follow-up, or if there wasn't like another thing. I feel bad because the parents are starting to get old, and it's just, all of this must be so tough.
Yeah, the follow-up seems like, I mean, they did a follow-up on that, the little girl, and we didn't know if she was an adult or a child. or
Natalia Grace.
Natalia Grace
really
follow-up.
Stretched that thin, man.
That was so it was such a nothing burger.
I think I know Natalia Grace's blood type at this point. Like, there's too much information about her, baby.
Well, you haven't seen the scripted series yet, because that is...
No. This one is called Death in Apartment 603, What Happened to Ellen Greenberg. And watch it. I would encourage you guys to watch it and let us know what you think, where you land on this. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch or an email after you've seen it. RA on YouTube says, Sabrina's consumed with the rabbit hole when it's more in line with Occam's razor. The simplest explanation for a phenomenon is usually the most likely to be true, says RA. I would encourage you to watch it because there's a lot of twists and turns.
And then we move on with our lives next week.
And that's why it has a docuseries, because there are people who feel different ways about it. But check it out. Let us know what you think, and we'll continue on. When we come back, we will give you some updates on that situation with the church in Michigan and the attack there. We're learning more. Speaking of rabbit holes, I finally was like, let me find out about this David D4 VID or whatever, the rapper singer guy. And I was like, what is going on with him and this
man, that's
Tesla?
There's a lot to unpack there, because he had like a David Discord and then there's all the chats and screenshots of the different stuff on there.
Yeah,
with the girl.
In jury duty, we'll get into that a little bit, but when we come back, the updates on the Michigan church situation. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show. It's smart, it's stupid, and slightly unhinged. The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
What's going on? I hope your drive right now is a smooth one, and it should be on the major highways and roads of Orlando. Looks like no major incident in your way. Of course, your usual delay, I-4 eastbound, approaching. If you have any
Hello.
Call our Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
God bless you. God bless you all.
8477. I'm Brian Black with your report.
This report is sponsored by Verdict with Ted Cruz Podcast.
I'm Ed Ferguson, and I'm Ted Cruz. 3 times a week we do our podcast.
Quick note. Little insider information. There's some issues with the restreaming service that we use today, which is why like the title was old and stuff when we started. So if there's any hiccups or weird problems, it could be due to that. But I think we're okay. I hope you're okay. And now's the time for you to hit like on the stream, please.
You could find yourself paying a lot of money to stay in a hotel, or just sitting around waiting in the dark for a while. Why do that when there is another road to take?
We have updates on the roller coaster case that David D4 VD got. The government shutdown.
When the power's out, when your neighbors are waiting in the dark, your lights.
Oh, we got some funny stuff too.
Your family's safe and comfortable, while others wait for the utility company your home keeps running. Don't wait until that next storm is on the radar. Call Solar Installers of Florida today and get a quote. 407-777-5050. 407-777-5050. Let them know Ceiling from the News Junkie sent you to save even more money, or visit them online.
By the way, YouTube paid out $25 million to the President of the United States in a lawsuit. I don't know the answer to this question, but I am interested in it. Since he has become president for the second time, a lot of these cases that he's had have settled with payouts. The president just made $25 million off of YouTube alone. But off of all the other settlements, I wonder what the total is at. And has anything comparative ever happened before? I think the answer is no. Because the president is getting even more wealthy in this second term of his from these lawsuits. Two Poodle says, I need something for pain. You tried THC? Oh, I need some. I slept wrong on my back. He didn't make $25 million. It's going to the library and gallery that they're building, they said. That's what he's doing with the settlement money, but he didn't have to do that. They're just pushing it over to one of the projects that he's working on. But all these organizations are paying out quite a bit of money to the president. The interwebs say Trump has amassed $90 million in settlements in 2025. I don't know how accurate that is, but from some of the cases that I've heard, it seems about right. It seems about right. It's a lot of money. Try crack cocaine, Sean. Great for back pain. You guys, we're really working hard to get this stream demonetized today. Sport Johnson says, Sean, have you guys talked about the AI actor or actress? I haven't. I've had it in the stack for a couple of days, but it is really interesting to me that there's at least a suggestion that there's an AI actress and that there's some sort of demand from the management companies that they want to represent this non-person entity. I think that entire version of our entertainment future is retarded and bad. I want people to create things. Music that is created by AI, podcasts that are created by AI, movies that are created by AI, to me hold little to no value. AI is groundbreaking and will change the world. AI will end work for most normal people doing normal jobs, probably within my lifetime. And AI is fantastical to think about. But AI making art is garbage. I don't want it. I don't like it. I'm not interested. I don't want movies. I don't want songs. I don't want it. I want an actual artist to make the stuff that I enjoy. I want to go to a concert and watch them on stage with an actual instrument and have them play something that they wrote and they put together. I want that. I don't want a hologram singing a K-pop song. That's just me personally. You may agree, you may disagree. Let me know. You don't need my permission. This chat room is like a mosh pit. Everybody is allowed to have their say until I ban you.
College football, the NHL, and NBA preseason moves are underway. From scores and reactions to interviews and hot takes, it's all at your fingertips on the iHeartRadio app.
Appreciate you taking my call, guys.
Lock in with your favorite teams with play-by-play, podcasts, and local stations where you can react and join the conversation. Sports on iHeartRadio, where fans live it.
Think orange for your next vehicle. OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Holiday magic. Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Win. W-I-N. That's win. Enter it now at realradio.fm and get a little holiday magic. And may your efforts bear fruit.
Because because the newspapers don't come with cliff notes or potentially offensive accents.
The show Tuesday. We're talking on Skull Mike during the break about how I guess there's this new AI actress, and there's all these people in Hollywood clamoring to represent this non-entity, like this fake person. And when we were talking about this, I said that stuff is not for me. Like, I don't even know if there really are people trying to bid for an AI actress, right? I don't know how true the buzz around that, or if it's the company pushing that out there. But for me, I don't want music by AI. I don't want to watch a movie with a fake actress, with an AI actress. I don't want that stuff. I want AI to do so many other things, but not that.
I am so curious if they do have an AI actress. How is that on set? Like, what is it like for the human actors? Because, they, for many years have
like
had
Jurassic Park or something, I guess. Like
they'll have people that are stand-ins, right, for what's going to be CGI later.
A lot of times, yeah.
But what is it with AI?
Probably the same thing. They would probably have somebody like in a green suit, like interacting in the scene, and then they pop the AI character on there.
Is that really AI? That's CGI then. Where does AI come into play?
Well, I mean, AI is just the idea. Well, it really wouldn't be AI, actually, because AI implies, I think, that it sort of is doing its own thing, saying its own thing in some way.
That's what I'm saying. So they would have to have
the
AI
rest is like a cartoon. The other version of it is like a cartoon, I would say.
They would have to have something, I don't know, rolled in so they can interact, so that you're seeing AI, the intelligence.
Does
the acting?
Does this person have a unique? Does this fake entity have a unique voice?
It's Tilly Norwood is the AI's name.
Yeah.
And the story from Deadline is like talent agents circle AI actress Tilly Norwood as studios quietly embrace AI technology. And it says actor, comedian, and technologist Eileen Velden has revealed her recently launched AI talent studio is in talks with a number of talent agents to sign its AI actress Tilly Norwood. I don't know. I mean, maybe that interest is real, but just personally for me, like right now, there's a good example of why I don't think this will work necessarily. Right now, the number one movie in the country is Leonardo DiCaprio's new movie. There's no part of me. There's zero part of me that doesn't think that almost every ticket that is sold is because Leonardo DiCaprio, the person, is in that movie. Or the other actors, people that that you're like, oh, okay, that's why I'm going to watch this movie. That's what I like. AI is going to change everything. It's going to erase most jobs in my lifetime. I guarantee you it will. It will change absolutely everything. And that's interesting and cool and a wild roller coaster to be on. But I don't want it replacing the people who make stuff like that. For me, I want an actor. I want a person. I want them on the scene. I don't want some AI. But that's what they're suggesting is happening with this person. Is it real? I don't know. We'll find out.
I think one of the crazy things about this whole story is they keep calling her the next Scarlett Johansson, which just seems so rude to Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, it was very much alive.
Isn't she the reason we have Siri?
Yeah, she's very much alive and out there. And this Tilly Norwood character is just not real, not an actual human being. Here's SAG-AFTRA. The union has responded to the AI actress, excuse me. Hang on, let me pop this down because we're pop-up crazy here. And it says, creativity is and should remain human-centered, they're saying over at SAG-AFTRA. And they are saying this is controversial news that talent agents are looking to sign this AI-generated actress. To be clear, Tilly Norwood is not an actor. It is a character generated by a computer program that was trained on the work of countless professional performers without permission or compensation. Ooh. It has no life experience to draw from, no emotion. And from what we've seen, audiences aren't interested in watching computer-generated content untethered from the human experience. What do you think?
I hear this argument a lot with AI as far as content generation goes, especially AI apps like Suno that generate music, and the music industry is trying to say, well, hey, it's generating all this music by parsing through and listening to other music that we didn't give it permission to.
Yeah.
And I got to say that, it seems kind of like a false flag or like an unfair argument to the people making the AI, because
do you think that's just what learning is?
Yeah, humans who generate their own music, unless you grew up like Jungle Book style in the woods and are just making sounds and turning that into whatever you think songs could be. Like every musician ever that we ever listened to, that you and I have ever listened to, discovered music on the radio, on TV. They discovered music by going to concerts. They all have influences, and all of the stuff that they have created, whether consciously or not, comes from other places. It's inspired by other things.
Yeah, I agree with the logic there. I think that's true. I think learning is the same as machine learning in many cases, but I don't know how that'll all play out in the courtrooms. I'll tell you, my fear is that I'm in the minority. I think that I might be in the minority as opposed to all the people who don't care if something's AI or don't know. Social media right now, like I've been trying to find formats that I want to use for like short form videos if I want to do any of that. And it's been so hard to find anything that I like because so much of short form video, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, all of that is AI right now. The top videos are mostly AI, and no one cares. I'll give you an example. This video, this lady, like millions and millions and millions of views. Everybody loves it. Doesn't matter that it's not real. Please. It's an old lady on a glass bridge, and she drops a boulder.
Oh, my God.
And she smashes the bridge.
Did somebody explode at the bottom there?
Maybe.
I think somebody burst into flames at the end there.
Did they? Hold on. Let's see. Yeah, or the water, or like the water popped up. It's a woman on a big glass bridge filled with people. It looks like a damn marathon's being run on this glass bridge. And she holds a boulder up over her head, and then she drops it. And it's slop AI content. It's obviously fake, but no one cares. People are like, oh, this is so fun. And
like the animals jumping on the trampoline.
Yep, yeah.
Like it's supposed to be someone's backyard cam, but it's a lion cub with a rhino.
And half the people go, it's AI. Half the people are like, no, I think it's real. I saw one yesterday of a squirrel flying over an air conditioner unit in somebody's backyard, and it's just hovering. And it's like
it's
fun,
not real, man.
But how many of those people watching on these platforms watch it and go, it's AI, but I don't really care? That's, I think, where maybe more people are than where I'm at. I don't want AI. I want real.
I think sometimes those videos are fun to watch just to see what the AI can create. Before AI was doing them, there were people that were doing a lot of CGI.
Some of that stuff was horrific.
Some of their videos. Some of it's horrific, but some of it's like just really cool looking. I like watching that. I don't mind that it's fake.
My latest kick has been somebody is making AI Arnold cover your favorite sing-along songs.
Oh, really? I could get into that.
Like he is full Queen. He's playing Freddie Mercury next to Brian May. And I have two others during the next episode. I don't even have a story about Arnold. I just want to play him for you.
I want to hear that. Hold on, we got to take a quick break. Quick break here. When we come back, the next episode with Sabrina. What's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? Something smells rotten in Denmark. Just replace Denmark with wherever Haim goes on tour. Love is Dead, Exhibit K, as in Kidman and Keith are kaput. I think that's spelled with a C, but whatever, go with it. Plus, Bad Bunny's halftime show will be entirely in Spanish. How about them plátanos? All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
Yeah, kaput's a K.
Cool. All right.
That is coming up next on the news, Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing.
Hey, everybody. To share the show Tuesday, welcome to Behind the Scenes. So let you in on a little something. Getting Today I Learned ready. I just have to add, you know, 3. We did 3 of them yesterday. Okay, that's ready. The next episode is coming up in a moment or two. What are you doing? What's grabbing your attention today?
Audible's romance collection has something to satisfy every side.
After the next episode, we'll talk impending government shutdown. 11 hours, 22 minutes away. You're splicing fiber if you're Austin or Silent Coda. Bootsy's mopping the floors. Avenda Sora just picked up Panera. Getting some Panera. You bread bowl in it? Get it. Be blessed out there. Folks, what do we think is going to happen? Let's get our predictions in right now. This is not whether you want it to happen, okay? This is not you saying you want it to happen. I want you to predict what's going to happen. Is the government going to shut down at midnight? Yes or no? Not what you want to happen, but what you think is going to happen. Is the government going to shut down at midnight? Yes? I think probably the clean funding bill passes at the 11th hour. They might be running the midnight oil here, burning it, right? Yes? Matthew says yes. Charles says yes. 1 no. Tanya says she does not think there's going to be a government shutdown at midnight. We got a probably from Feral Kitten. Wayne says, yeah, he thinks it's going to happen. A couple of no's coming in. A couple of no's. You guys got some faith that the Democrats and the Republicans can work things out here. I don't know. I don't know if any progress is being made. Oh, great. Courtney said she got pumpkins. I do not support this. It's not even October. Why are we getting gourds? She's bringing back pumpkins, people. It's too early still. She got all excited and she bought a bunch of pumpkins. Big Digit says, I don't care. He doesn't care if the government shuts down. Do you care about this, Big Digits? We got 2 minutes and we're coming back live. There's a light here that would shine on me, but Civil Man says, no, I think there's going to be a last-minute deal. He thinks there might be a last-minute deal to save this here. Hopefully it shuts down and stays essential spending only until we're no longer deficit spending. From your lips to God's ears. Hell, I think we could do all remote working from the White House. Let's make this government about this big. And let's make the government of the United States focus on keeping businesses operating as best they possibly can, and then every bit of effort in a social safety net for the poorest among us so that they too can be all right. That's what I would like to see. Boy, oh boy, dreams. It shut down before during Trump. The government hasn't shut down in I think 6 years. So that would have been during, yes, the previous Trump administration. It's not just a Trump thing, though. This is fairly normal. I remember a lot of times in my life where a budget shutdown has happened. Chaos is the Ron Swanson approach. Yeah. Fine-tuned. Take the feds and turn them from 11 down to like a 3. Just make sure there's no crime, help out the poor people, help out the vets, keep a military running, and then other than that, we can really just wind some things down. I don't want to get all millier on you. Here we go.
And a hybrid
where the roar of the engine meets the torque of the race. IHRA and Durana Hybrid are bringing back the thrill of racing and the pride of skilled trades. Through mentorship and education, we're fueling the future on the track and in the trade. Get your tickets at IHRA.com.
Connected to the things you love.
The free iHeartRadio app does that with live radio, 24/7 news, live sports, and your favorite podcasts.
There's no catch and no charge.
Radio, your way.
Join the millions who already have it. The free iHeartRadio app.
The #1 app for radio.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
They're best friends, unless they're fighting. Are they fighting? It's the news.
Oh, boy. I'm in trouble over here. I knew this was coming. I knew this time was coming. I'll tell you why in just a second and get into the next episode. Also, your feedback is important to the show. Join us with your feedback. Email tips, TIPS at thenewsjunkie.com, or send us a dispatch. Record yours now. Video or audio dispatch is welcome. We'd love to see your face over at thenewsjunkie.com. Courtney just texted me. Courtney said, I'm bringing back pumpkins. She went out.
Oh, my gosh, those are just real pumpkins.
Like, I'm coming back, and I'm coming back with pumpkins.
She's coming back with inflatable pumpkins?
I don't know, but I said, it's not even October yet. I know
it's tomorrow. October is tomorrow.
She said, I got pumpkins. I said, no way, Jose. She said, but yes. And she can't stop herself. She gets the little ones, the medium size with the big ones.
We got that. We got the hay bale with the different colored pumpkins and gourds, decorative gourds.
Bale.
Yeah, hay bale.
I don't want to be bah humbug on all this stuff, like a Halloween bah humbug, but I have been against it a little bit. And I like when she decorates stuff up around the house. It's kind of nice, but she wants more. She wants some stuff in the front yard, and she wants maybe some skeletons. I don't know. She wants something more for Halloween, and she's coming back with some pumpkins, I hear. All right, we're going to get into it here in just a moment. And again, those emails that you are sending in, don't worry. Those will be featured on the show, too. I'm not ignoring you.
Deleted.
If it's something good, it will pop in on the show. So give us your thoughts. Tips, TIPS at thenewsjunkie.com. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, you can't possibly keep up with all of it. Even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about? Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina.
Hey, smoke weed every day.
Hold up. Do we know who burped that? Because all I have is a record burp on here.
Oh, there was a competition, and somebody got like the world record decibels for a burp.
That's a lot.
Oh, that was somebody else.
Yeah,
okay,
it was like,
cool.
That was one of us.
Professional, yeah.
What a win, some would say. I like that screen ceiling.
Thank you.
You're also winning when you're working with That Mortgage Guy Don. Go to thatmortgageguydawn.com when you start the process of refinancing your dream home, buying your first dream home, debt consolidation, maybe a business, expanding a business, franchise, and everything in between. He is an expert, but he's also really cool, really nice, and he has your back. Thatmortgageguydawn.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguydawn.com.
22 years ago, 2003, this guy right here. That was good.
That is DMX?
No.
Oh.
I'll give you a clue because I say it every year. It was on this day he was convicted for the murder of a 16-year-old.
Yikes.
See murder.
See murder is
That's who it
right.
is, yeah.
Yes. A 16-year-old snuck into a nightclub, then schooled him in a freestyle rap contest. The conviction later overturned, but he was retired and reconvicted. And now he's serving life. If only.
Wait, he killed the guy for being better at him in a rap battle?
Yes.
Good grief.
I guess he'd be better off if stealing.
See aggravated battery.
There you go. Also, a big reminder for tomorrow. It is October 1st, so if someone could please wake up Billy Joel Armstrong.
Oh, yeah. September has ended.
Got him. I told you.
Mm-hmm.
So only a few more hours. And then he'll see his shadow. Green Day, speaking of, they were... is when a rocket of sorts flew nearby, and that's when crazy funny guy Billy Joe Armstrong made a joke about it being the Epstein files.
Mm-hmm.
It's a TikTok video. If you want to find it, I didn't want to. Just take my word for it. So funny. Armstrong asked the crowd, "A rocket? Is that what that was?" I was like, "There goes the Epstein files. A waka waka."
I keep getting notifications on my Instagram that I have more likes on a comment that I made, and it was on some Green Day video where they were like, Green Day played so late at Coachella that Billy Joe Armstrong had to rush his way through Time of Your Life, and I was like, that's the exact same speed it is on the album. He didn't rush through anything.
Yeah.
They could do, I don't think he had
That's
to rush.
hilarious,
Nobody
man.
told him he had to play it faster. They could do whatever they want.
You bet. And this is not what everyone wants, except for Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban. But after 19 years, their love is dead. Did you talk about this already?
No.
Well,
No, I
sorry to
did
break
see
the
it.
news. 19 years of marriage. They share 2 daughters, ages 14 and 17. And I imagine share a whole bunch of crap and
Never gonna
properties. What do you mean it's never going to work?
She's too tall. She's taller
They
than him.
probably shared a hair straightener.
Yeah,
And-
I think the toughest type of relationship is a woman taller than a man.
I mean, they
It's
did it
tough.
for almost 2 decades, so it wasn't
Yeah,
that
but
tough, was it?
It worked for a little while, but I think it's tough to go to the finish line with it. It's a difficult thing.
Well, sources say Nicole is holding the family together, though this difficult time has have Keith on tour. So that's when they headed to Splitsville.
He'll be
and
fine.
He also allegedly moved out of their Nashville home and bought his own in the city.
What a life, man. God, man.
Love stinks.
But I love the idea of like, I want you out of our Nashville home by the end of the week. And you're like, fine, I'll get my own Nashville home.
Exactly. Now, what are we going to do about the Hamptons and the one over in España?
Well, we'll all split them.
I'll
That's
see
what
you
we'll
in
do.
court. Love stinks, and so apparently does Haim's tour. According to reports, did you do this yesterday?
No.
Haim fans seem to think that there is a serial farter that is a massive groupie of Haim.
Okay.
So this person is not only quite flatulent, but shows up to every night of the tour?
Yeah, yep, something
Every
along those
night?
lines.
This sounds a lot like it's somebody in Haim, but they don't want to admit it. They're like, somebody has to go to every show for this.
Well, let's dig in. We are fart police sometimes, investigators. It all started, someone posted a TikTok from a gig over the weekend in Dallas with 2 women holding their noses. The caption said, whoever was poo-pooing their pants at the Haim concert, please see yourself out. Now, the show was taking place at a venue called, it writes itself, The Bomb Factory.
Okay.
Now, several people in the comments confirmed that they were in the same area, and they, too, smelled that stank. Other people chimed in with reports of a rancid air during the shows in New York City,
This sounds like
Seattle,
this is a Haim
Austin,
problem.
Milwaukee, and more. The lead, that led to the original poster to ask, I'm starting to wonder, why is there a malicious farter at every Haim show? Is it Haim themselves? The plot, just like the air
It's the drummer.
at the show, thickens. I think
Yeah.
it's the bassist. She's been doing crazy faces, probably because she's getting a fart out.
I was speculating the drummer because I think drummers a lot of times, because they are working their asses off, literally. I think sometimes they have fans back there. And if they're
But that's
responsible, then it's blowing it out over everybody else.
Yeah, something stinky, and we'll get to the bottom of it. Or somebody's bottom is creating the stink. We talked earlier about the supposed AI actress that has Hollywood going crazy. It's not only Hollywood, it's the music industry. According to reports, an AI artist named Zanya Monet just signed a $3 million record deal.
My God.
And they don't exist. Now, it's the creation of Talisha Jones. She writes all the lyrics, but uses the AI platform Suno, as many people do, and turning them into songs. A track called How Was I Supposed to Know has 5 million streams across YouTube and Spotify, and probably available free on iHeartRadio. In the palm of your hands. Millions of songs and artists.
Do we have AI bands on iHeartRadio?
There's got to be one.
Now, Suno is facing some lawsuits from record labels claiming that it was trained on copywritten songs written from YouTube. God. What?
We are so, I almost cursed. We are so cooked on all of this. This person, if any of this is real, they have 120,000 followers on Instagram.
Right.
They have like millions of views on YouTube videos. Like they're like a whole career, and it's not a real person. There's nobody real.
What are you going to do about it? Going to be ahead of the game or
no?
More Milli Vanilli is like, are you effing kidding me?
Yeah, you know we should have done this long time ago. Also, scientists have figured out how to use DNA, get this, to create a device that will store an almost unlimited amount of data.
Wow, all right.
New DNA-based storage device, similar in concept to that of magnetic tapes. It's hard to even say it. That's what we used back in the day, radio-wise, right? Magnetic tapes? Or
sure.
cassette tapes.
Reel-to-reel.
Well, cassettes had magnetic tape in them, yeah.
Okay, so it looks like a cassette tape from the 1980s. Scientists that created it are calling it DNA cassette tape.
All right.
And once they release it to the U.S.,
I have a feeling that's misleading.
It's almost unlimited amount of data.
I think I've probably got some DNA on my computer before, and it didn't increase the storage.
Ain't you talking about?
Looking like Randy from South Park.
Just a little bit of semen.
Yeah, just need a little bit of internet.
On the boob tube until AI replaces that. Am I right? Dancing with the Stars. It's TikTok night. The Voice on NBC, High Potential on ABC. Series premiere of On Brand with Jimmy Fallon. The series premiere of Chad Powers on Hulu. And stand-up special Earthquake joke telling on Netflix. Catch Dwayne The Rock Johnson and Henry the guy Winkler on Fallon. Follow your dreams and me on Instagram. The A guy. Follow your dreams and me on.
You don't remember what he's called?
The Fonts.
There we go.
I needed AI to tell me. And me on Instagram at Sabrina Amber. Most importantly, stay with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. When we come back, people are saying this is just flat out disrespectful. This is just flat out disrespectful. And I have to say, not only do I agree, but I think for once, everyone is going to agree. I think it is disrespectful. What is it? We'll talk about that. The government shutdown, TikTok, not the platform, but the clock is ticking on the government shutting down. What will this mean for you? We'll find out together. This is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Win tickets to the Tampa Bay Bucks game Wednesday on our Instagram at Real Radio 1041.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
What's going on? I hope your drive right now is a smooth one, and it should be on the major highways and roads of Orlando. Looks like no major incident.
Hello. I am not watching any music video from any AI music artist, but I do think we're cooked. I think the Zoomers don't care. I think the Zoomers don't really even know what's fake and real half the time, and then they definitely don't care. They just want to have a good time.
It's a storytelling show for patriots. Listen to Red Pilled America on the iHeartRadio app. That's Red Pilled America. Are you ready to upgrade?
When we come back, this is so. This is so absolutely disrespectful. It is so disrespectful. We can't stand for it. We can't take it anymore. We shouldn't take it anymore. Wait until I show you what's going on. It's unbelievable. Sean, are you going to get a Halloween costume for Lady? Lady has lots of Halloween costumes, but she hasn't been in one in a while. She doesn't tend to like them too much, but maybe for Halloween, maybe day of. We used to get maybe like 1 or 2 kids, maybe 3 kids for the whole year. Now, the road is totally different, and We're like a high traffic place, so yeah, we might as well do it up a little bit and have some fun. Lighting is all dicked up. Well, then I'll just turn it off. I'll just turn off the additional light. Okay? I'll remove it. I'll remove the light. Okay? I'm pretty sure the real news junkie got fired months ago. This is Junkie 2.0. Maybe. Maybe. I'm bringing the kiddos by Sean for Halloween. We got those full bars. Now, technically, we don't have them right now, but we are going to be obtaining those full bars. The light was better? What am I even supposed to do anymore? What am I even supposed to do anymore? It looks better when you turn all the lights off and we get to talk with Shadow Lawson. Well, that's weird. We can't do that.
Let me guess. You had to put $4,000 down.
Yeah, $4,000. Next time, go to RC Hill.
I saw a great dog costume that makes it look like your dog and another dog are carrying a cooler of beer. I like it. That's fun.
We accept any trade, even if you still owe thousands. With only one dime down. Get a new Outlander SUV.
Leave the light on? Well, Jesus, people. Snip, snap. Snip, snap.
Plus 0% financing for 16 months.
It's just when I get this close. Right here, is the lighting good? Tell me if that was good. Honestly, the light is the best. I don't even know anymore. I don't know. Hello? Hi. Did you get a pumpkin?
I got 6 pumpkins.
You got 6 pumpkins?
Well, some are small.
You got 6?
And then I got some gourds.
Those are pumpkins.
They're squash.
How many gourds did you get? Oh my God. What is this? A public display? Oh my God, it's a whole sack full of them. 6, and then that's 5. You've got 11 pumpkin things?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Plus 6.
Yes, I know what it is. It's 13. You got 13 pumpkin things.
Yeah.
Yeah, please. Yeah, we don't have to talk about this now. We can fight later. We can fight after the show. No more pumpkins.
Well, there might be. Maybe.
No.
I still need one that I'm going to carve, but I'm going to get that closer to Halloween.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
Okay. That's it.
Okay.
Bye. No more pumpkins.
Real pumpkin puree. So come visit us at Culver's or order ahead in the app or online.
2 minutes and we're coming back live. And we'll talk about something that is so disrespectful that it probably should be destroyed. I can't believe they created it in the first place, but it should be destroyed. Leave Dorothy and her pumpkins alone? I mean, it's just a lot. It's just... When I was a kid, when I was just a young warthog, for Halloween every year, you would get 1 pumpkin. And then you would try to carve that pumpkin. Inevitably, in my house, it would be destroyed because we wouldn't do a good job carving it. But you would still put it outside on Halloween. No kids would come by trick-or-treating in our neighborhood at all because the acreage is not a trick-or-treating kind of spot. Houses are too far apart. And that's that. We would go to La Mancha to do the trick-or-treating and then come back. That's that. Now it's out of control. The pumpkin industrial complex, aka PIC, has been completely unhinged in their efforts to get so many of these things into everybody's house. Whether it be through your coffee or whatever, they're sending us home with too many pumpkins. Because nobody cares about them outside of this month. They're garbage.
LG X Boom. And for a limited time, save 25% at LG.com with code FALL25. Bring the boom. X-Boom.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Need help after an accident? Just call Mo. Learn more at JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, BILLS. 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 Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Documenting and contributing to the decline in American culture. This
That's what it is. It's disrespectful. I'll tell you what in a moment. And we'll get to the first dispatches of the day. Those have been sent in throughout the show so far over on thenewsjunkie.com. This is not only disrespectful, which it is 100%, but it also needs to be just put right into the wood chipper. And if I'm honest, I think the person who created this should also be put right into the wood chipper.
Yes.
It seems aggressive, but it's a real messed up thing that they did. Now, what happened here?
Another
was
AI Sean thing? Or?
No. What happened here was there was an event recently where they unveiled a Tina Turner statue. Have you seen this?
Oh, I knew I forgot something
Did
at
you
the
see
printer.
this?
Yep.
Okay.
It is.
Hang on.
The big wheels did not turn well.
I don't know what went wrong. I don't know who awarded this contract to the lowest bidder.
I mean, there's also a bigger conversation of we have not talked about a good statue in quite some time.
No, what's happening in the world of statues?
I don't.
What's going
they're
on?
hiring the wrong people because
they think it's like an artistic spin on the person's
is the artist blind?
face.
Not this one, Sealand. I'll show you this. No, I'm going to put it up on See It Now because it's a visual, obviously. But they unveiled this at this Tina Turner event. All right. And they're celebrating Miss Tina Turner herself. Here they go. Big crowd gathered around in Tennessee, where she's from. And there you go. They
More like
debuted
yikes.
this Tina Turner statue. And I have to be real with you. It is quite hideous. It is quite bad.
Like, yes, she had big hair, but this is ridiculous.
It's like Ronald McDonald or something. I mean, it's bad. It's really, really bad. Let me see if I can find a better photo of this over on Twitter. But they announced and unveiled this Tina Turner statue, and everybody at the event was like, what? What is going on? This thing is hideous. We need to get rid of this. And I agree. Here's another close-up of this thing. I mean, it is bad.
It's not great.
I don't know who is responsible. But, like, here. Now we're in close.
I mean, it's awful. It's awful.
That's bad.
There's no reason for this at this point.
The hair looks stupid. The face doesn't look like her. None of it looks like Tina Turner. It's so unbelievably bad, and it needs to be destroyed. Right into the wood chipper with this. I'm going to put this up right now as I'm blabbing.
The amount of cement used just for her hair alone will break the wood chipper.
It could be the case.
Yeah, you don't need a wood chipper. You need one of those grinders that with the teeth that just kind of chew everything.
I'll
those
watch
are
those
great.
videos for 5 minutes.
Hell yeah.
Tina Turner ugly statue. I'm putting this up over on See It Now.
All the pictures that I see of her with her biggest hair, the hair is kind of out. Yeah, spiky. That looks like a helmet head.
Mm-hmm.
And when she had her hair down like that, she had less hair.
Rock and roll look.
Yeah.
I've never seen a picture of her with that hair.
It's so bad.
It's very, very bad.
It's like a mini skirt version of her. The head and hair proportions are as out of control as a Funko Pop.
Did she hold the mic like that with her index finger sticking out?
I think they may have taken some creative liberties here. Go look at it yourself. I put it up on the See It Now section of the newsjunkie.com.
There's so many people in that picture alone you're showing on the stream that are not even looking. Like they've
walked away.
They don't want their faces or
It
eyes
didn't look like it was
near.
highly attended before they unveiled it.
No, this is why they knew it was coming down the pipeline. They said, we have to get out of here with this.
Is there not mock-ups before you do a statue? Like any statue folks that listen to the show, like there are proofs, right? Isn't there a concept that is given and signed off on?
Well, in the world of billboards, we've seen this in our days in radio. When you get a billboard, like an old-fashioned billboard, one of the smartest things they ever did was they give you a little mini version of the billboard, right? Along with your very expensive billboard.
I think they give that to you after you approve all the different proofing and stuff.
Probably.
I don't think they.
But key
they
phrase there, proofing.
Yeah.
There's got to be a process. It can't just be like everybody was like, here we go, 3, 2, oh my God. What happened here? Somebody says the legs look good. Yeah, from the skirt down, it's like not the worst thing, but the head is so bad. Check it out on See It Now on the newsjunkie.com.
And they have made this ripe for very inappropriate pictures from tourists.
It's a little salacious.
No, I'm saying where are you going to... There's so many things.
Yeah, I mean, there's
someone's going to give her a dive, if you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's going to happen. Yeah, I'm sure it did happen right after midnight. The moment it got dark out there, even. The queen of rock and roll maybe gone,
give
but
her
in
a
Tennessee,
dive off a bridge.
Tina Turner's presence will never fade. This weekend in the town of Brownsville, Tennessee, they unveiled a 10-foot bronze statue of Tina Turner, and a lot of people who were there said, what is this? It's giving lion, but not queen of rock and roll. With all the money spent, this is the face they gave Tina Turner. She was stunning, and it doesn't capture her at all. It does not say what was spent on this, but it wasn't money well spent, I'll tell you. So go look at it over there on See It Now over on the newsjunkie.com. Not great.
It says approximately, according to the AI overview, $150,000.
Oh, my God.
It's a racket.
And
The
that's
whole statue
taxpayer
business.
dollars, I imagine.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess. Probably, or it's for this event. I mean, imagine the Tina Turner Heritage Days was part of this area in Brownsville, so maybe they think it's going to bring in tourists, and people will go visit their town to visit the Tina Turner statue, but good luck to you. I don't want a selfie in front of this thing. I don't want to be anywhere near it, if I'm honest with you. I'd rather be on stage with Haim. I'd rather wait and see what happens on stage with Haim if that goes down. We'll see what you think about that. Send us your thoughts over at thenewsjunkie.com. Into some emails here momentarily. Real quick, though, the government shutdown is looming. Beep, 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 beep. Could be, just a matter of hours. End of the day, even, that the government could shut down here in the United States of America. A lot of people seem to think on the chat side of things that it would shut down. Some people saying, no, I don't think it will shut down. And it looks like at this point, the Democrats and the Republicans, big shockaroonie incoming, aren't necessarily on the same page. I know. It seems unbelievable, but believe it. It is true. It doesn't seem like they're on the same page. And they're at a moment here where the government will be shut down because they don't have an agreement on this budget. And now you got to wonder what happens. Some of the stories say like government shutdown. Some federal workers say, bring it on. Bring it on, say these federal workers.
They just don't want to work?
They could lose pay. They could, at least temporarily, they could lose pay when this happens. There are millions of federal employees. Not all of them welcome the disruption, I'm sure. I'm sure most of them don't want that. I understand the sentiment, but I don't think this is a path that will lead to the resolution of a very real problem. But what will happen if there's a government shutdown? Because that's what you usually care about.
When's the last
What does
one?
it mean for me? Last one was about 6 years ago. Under the previous Trump administration, there was a government shutdown. They're not unheard of. I remember many, many government shutdowns in my time covering news and stuff. It happens from time to time.
I remember the one that I still rode that Red Bull plane.
Mm-hmm.
The government shut down, so they shut down the event that I was supposed to be riding the plane in. But I'm like, we're here already, so
yeah,
it worked out in my favor.
I mean,
but.
I wouldn't say they're common, but they happen more than you would think.
Like
There's
HPV.
a sound off and a government shutdown. But this says Washington is hours away from a federal government shutdown. Prospects are looking bleak. It will be 12:01 on Wednesday when the government shuts down. Republicans have crafted a short-term measure to fund the government through November 21st, but Democrats insisted the measure addressed their concerns on health care.
I feel like the threat of government shutdown is about as common as, guys, if you don't sign this petition, DirecTV is going to take away all the NBC channels. That means you're not going to have access to Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon.
I'm glad you mentioned that because, look, government websites have a message just like they do when they have two messages.
The radical left.
The government websites have messages just like HBO, is going to be removed from your cable service because they don't want to make a deal with us. It says the radical left are going to shut down the government and inflict massive pain on the American people unless they get their $1.5 trillion wish list of demands. The Trump administration wants to keep the government open for the American people. And the AP says Republicans have crafted a short-term measure to fund the government through November 21st. Democrats insisted that measure address their concerns on health care. They want to reverse the Medicaid cuts that Trump's mega bill passed this summer and extend tax credits that make health insurance premiums more affordable. Republicans called the Democratic proposal a non-starter. So Trump pushed through things. He got his people to pass these things into legislation. They're trying to fund the government, and the Democrats are saying, no, we want you to undo those things that you did, including those Medicaid cuts and these tax credits, right?
Whose call is it to flip the plastic cover off the old government on-off switch and just
shut it down?
One guy. He's the government shutter downer, and he is just waiting right now.
And he makes so much money.
For his moment. Neither side shows any signs of budging, with the House not even expected to have votes this week. What happens in a shutdown? All right, that's a good question. When a lapse in funding occurred, the law requires agencies to cease activity and furlough non-accepted employees. Accepted employees include those who work to protect life and property. They stay on the job but don't get paid until after the shutdown ends.
Oof.
During the 35-day partial shutdown in Trump's first term, 340,000 of the 800,000 federal workers at affected agencies were furloughed. The remainder were accepted and required to work. And a lot of government work does continue during a shutdown, but not all of it. Veteran affairs continues during a shutdown. That's good.
Whose call is it?
The government, Elaine. Obviously.
It's an automatic triggering if you don't have a budget in place. So
okay. They
the
have
Republicans
10
have said,
hours to do it, or it's shut down.
Yes. They have until 12:01 to get that done. And if they don't make a deal then,
doesn't sound fun.
Then it's going to be a government shutdown again. And a lot of times these people still get paid, but it doesn't have to mean they get paid. What closes during a shutdown? Let's just see as I wrap things up here on this.
Supply
Each federal agency develops its own shutdown plan. This could be more aggressive than shutdowns in the past. Health and Human Services will furlough about 41% of its staff. Center for Disease Control and Prevention will continue monitoring for disease outbreaks. So a lot of the necessary stuff stays open, but many things end up shutting down while they figure this out. So that's what we look like we're headed for. Don't know if they'll be making a deal in any way, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
You're having fun with that little monitor.
Yeah.
You missed a couple days.
Yeah.
It's my new toy.
He launched his new software, and he's got his messages, which have been a big hit. They've been a big hit with the crowd watching. Oh, she doesn't like them.
No. I think it's fun. I do like looking up and seeing the new message. I just want a toy now too. Well, what?
What? Sure. What the hell is that? Oh, why is that there? Why?
It's my new toy, I guess.
All right. Congratulations. Real quick.
It doesn't even last long.
Ex-swimmer, sorry that your chicken does not work as expected. Ex-swimmer has emailed tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Good after morning, junkies. Ex-swimmer here. Scrolling through Instagram and found this page. Could be some good content. And he's talking about, it's like cringe. Oh, because Reddit's cringe page died a horrible and terrible death many, many years ago.
Wait, what's it called? I think I might have seen it or possibly
Cringe
follow it.
Boulevard?
I've seen some stuff from Cringe Boulevard.
Is it actually good?
They got some hits.
I'll save it. We'll take a look at it. I'll see what's going on with that. I appreciate it. Thank you for that, sir. Appreciate that. Let's get into the update I was talking about earlier about the church shooting motive. It's looking more and more like the shooter who attacked with his truck and then had bombs. We don't know if the bombs were functional or if they were meant to be distractions or something, but he did have IEDs, multiple IEDs on this truck that he ran into this Mormon church in Michigan. He opened fire on the poor people, hundreds of them that were attending services at this Mormon church. And then he proceeded to spill gasoline everywhere and light the church on fire, burning what looks to me to be the majority of the church down. Somehow, some way, the death toll was at about 4, with many more people who were injured. But thank God it wasn't even worse than that.
So after being
considering
able
the
to
circumstances,
go in, they did not find a lot more people.
They ended up accounting for all the people that they were looking for in this, and 4 people were killed, and I think it was 8 or 9 were wounded, some of them very severely. And the father of the shooter, Thomas Jacob Sanford, is the shooter, and the father says he feels terrible after his son allegedly opened fire. He says, "I feel terrible about all the families that have been hurt, and they're under the same crap that I'm going under, that my wife and I are going under," said the dad. Now, I don't need to mention the shooter's name anymore, but I mentioned it there once to get us started in the story. He came back. I'm glad he came back in one piece. His father said of his time spent in the Marines for 4 years as a mechanic. He loved the United States. He loved his family. He was a good man. He was a family man. The only thing I could say is that it was my son who did it. As far as why, irrelevant. It happened. We're dealing with it. It's been a nightmare.
Irrelevant. I mean,
yes.
Maybe irrelevant to you.
To him,
Very relevant.
Other people are going to certainly want answers, but what it looks like is shaping up is several people are coming forward and saying that this guy had an irrational hatred for the Mormon church, that he really disliked Mormons, and that he would unprompted bring this up. There was a politician who was going door to door in the neighborhood and was just talking to people trying to get votes. Amy Kaufeld even talked about this with us yesterday on the show. And that's been seconded and thirded by a couple of other people now, that this guy, if he got wind of anything about Mormons, he was ranting about it. He was very, very obsessed and against Mormons, which seems very weird to me. But, God only knows. It's like a weekend full of all sorts of shootings like that. And that just happened to be one of them. What do you think? Let us know. Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. We got the update on that big Saudi Arabian comedy festival controversy. Huge, huge waves there. Mr. Beast is in trouble. An update in jury duty on the roller coaster lawsuit. And Diddy, his sentencing is coming up very, very soon.
Yeah. I haven't heard much from old Diddy in a while.
I know he wants them to just release him, but the prosecution has said what they're looking for, and he's not going to be happy. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is.
The Monsters in the Morning.
My testosterone is popping today.
It is today. You're that guy today.
Yeah, I can feel it.
Don't pat.
The more I slap it, the harder it gets, Ron. I like to look him in the eye when I say stuff like that, too.
Look at you.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Hey, what's happening? I hope your ride right now is a smooth and safe one on the major highways and roads of Orlando. Seems like we're incident-free east and westbound on I-4 at this time, and the same does go for Colonial Drive and the Beach Line. East and west of the 408 is also moving along.
Hello.
This report is sponsored by KFC's $5 Mac and Cheese Bowl.
Brought to you by KFC's $5 Mac and Cheese Bowl. It's finger-licking good. Warm mac and cheese topped with hand-breaded original recipe nuggets. All for just $5.
Damn, that's good.
Participation may vary. Taxes, tips, and fees extra.
Having a healthy heart is the
That is a good scam. Almost got me with that scam. Hey, an off-the-record conversation. Not going to make the show, but a very crazy story nonetheless. If you have some time, using the restroom with your phone, go down the rabbit hole of this murder in Argentina of these women. 2 women and a teen girl. And allegedly they were murdered by the cartel over allegations that they were stealing drugs. Some stories suggested that their murder was live streamed on Instagram to a small private audience. And these women were allegedly invited to this cartel party as escorts, hookers. And they got there and they said, "You're going to learn not to mess with the cartel." And they got their phones out. The police have seen this video. And they then proceeded to, like, cut off all their fingers. And, I mean, they just absolutely monstrous animal behavior. Trying to see if the other things that they did. But, yeah, there was definitely details in the story I read earlier about these women and their fingers being cut off on the live stream and other things happening too before finally they ended up killing them. The cartel threat is still real. It's still very real in some of these countries. They have arrested some people, but it continued. Sean, I just decorated my outside for Halloween and thought of you. Well, God bless. I hope it turned out beautiful. I hope you got all the wonderful skeletons and pumpkins you're looking for. Hot bike. That's where Volume comes in. Volume uses advanced science to analyze your gut biome with a simple... She didn't mean to say that on El Radio. It's trashy with fake spider webs. I went by somewhere the other day when Courtney and I went for a walk, and when we were out, I saw a light pole. You couldn't even see the light. There was so many spider webs on this thing, and it's not a Halloween design. It just happens to be that was the case, but it's a spooky look. It's a spooky look. I'm still scared of spiders, so I'm going to avoid. 2 minutes. Sean, did you enjoy Halloween as a kid? Sure. Yeah, I mean, we didn't do too big of a thing. My situation is kind of weird because my sister was 5 years older than me. She's passed now. My brother is 5 years younger than me. So, unlike a lot of households, there was like just enough space in between us that it didn't really lead to making us mega close. I mean, I was close with my sister. My brother and I have never really been very close other than when we were kids. But, so what I mean to say is like our Halloweens weren't like we were all kind of the same age experiencing the same things. So I think it made it different for me. But I remember liking it. 90 seconds. I remember liking it. Big updates in jury duty after this segment. It's in the next segment. I wonder if Sean's brother looks like him. My whole family looked different. You know, my sister had a different father. So she looks, if you see photos, I posted photos of my sister and I, she looks pretty different from me. And my brother and I just look different too. We all kind of look different. We don't really, you wouldn't pick us out as brothers and sisters. All right, here we go.
They were gods. Today, no one knows their names. A group of maverick surgeons who took on the medical establishment who risked everything to invent open-heart surgery. Welcome to the Wild West of American medicine. I'm Chris Pine, and this is Cardiac Cowboys. If you like medical dramas, if you like heart-pounding thrillers, you will love Cardiac Cowboys. Listen wherever you listen to podcasts.
Sponsored by Jasper.
GMC Sierra trucks in stock now at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, BILLS. 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 Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
If it's important to you, it's on and probably being mocked by.
Jimmy Kimmel moment. All right, there's a lot of comedians. Some of them might be a little jelly. Some of them might just be operating on principle. There's a lot of comedians who are upset about this Saudi Arabian comedy. And I don't even want to say like, it's a whole festival. It's not just like a one night thing. It's like a big, long comedy festival in Saudi Arabia.
And there's so many big names attached to this.
There are the biggest of the big names, yeah.
It's not a festival, though, I think, in as much as, like, you're not, like, buying one ticket to get to all of the shows, right? It's just a bunch of nights in a row.
I don't even know if anybody can buy tickets because it's thrown
just
by
for the prince?
The Saudi Arabian royal family. The comedians allegedly signed some waiver that says they can't make jokes about Saudi Arabia. They can't make jokes about Muslims. They can't make jokes about the royal family. They can't talk about things that will like offend the culture.
Nothing about the royal family, the government, or religion in general, I think.
Right.
They must be getting a fat check for this.
Rumors were that the bigger names were getting between $800,000 and $1.5 million for their performance. All right, and this is somebody get the rundown. I don't have like a Louis C.K., Bill, what's his name? Bill Burr,
Dave
Kevin
Chappelle,
Hart,
Dave Chappelle, Louis C.K., Bill Burr, Kevin Hart, Whitney Cummings, which is a name we hadn't mentioned before. Pete Davidson, Aziz Ansari, and Joe Coy.
Yeah. Oh, but there's so
there's a lot more too.
Jimmy Carr, Hannibal Buress, Wayne Brady, Aziz Ansari. Sorry if you've said this already. Bobby Lee, Sebastian
Maniscalco.
Yep. Sam Mark Norman.
All these guys are like, will you guys just shut up? Just come on. I'm trying to get a big payday.
Jeff Ross, Andrew Santino, Andrew Schultz, Tom Segura, Aries Spears, Chris Tucker, Jack Whitehall.
Now there's some people. There's some people who have bounced out, including
Shane Gillis is not.
Shane Gillis said he turned it down. He did not want to do this. He seems to be like one of the only principled people, really. A lot of the other people weren't invited, but said that they were going against their comedians who wanted to do this. And I'll tell you what David Cross said in just a second here.
Tim Dillon was originally slated to perform, but he was kicked out.
Yes, the podcaster Tim Dillon, he said on his podcast, like, he kept making jokes about Saudi Arabian human rights abuses, and the people, the royal family called and they were like, nope, we're not doing this. We're canceling you. And good for him. Good for him. He's made a wake of bad decisions, including being in that latest Joker movie, which he then called the worst movie of all time that he was in.
I forget what he looks like, Tim Dillon.
He's a chunky white dude, gay guy, funny.
What do you do in the movie?
He was in the movie as a prison guard in the Joker movie, the second one, the one that Folia do or whatever. Okay. Yeah, didn't go very well. He was like, "I'm in the worst movie ever. Worst movie ever."
So this is a part that I hadn't heard yet, but Jim Jeffries was on the lineup at some point, and he didn't seem particularly concerned about the criticism or the alleged wrongdoing, telling Theo Vaughn on his podcast, "One reporter was killed by the government. Unfortunate, but it's not a effing hill that I'm going to die on."
You want some money.
Arguing it is for the greater good that freedom of speech machines, such as himself, bestow their edgy material on the kingdom and its subjects.
Yeah, but you can't.
Hold on. Since making these comments, Jeffries has since disappeared from the festival's lineup. His representatives have not responded to inquiries about that.
Okay.
Is he still alive?
Jim Jeffries,
yeah. So a lot of the comedians have come out, and if Jim Jeffries was like, hey, freedom of speech, I'm going to make some jokes about this, and then realized he couldn't make those jokes and dropped out, good on him. But like some of these people are just going to take a payday. They're going to duck and take a couple of bullets and take the payday here. Comedian David Cross, you probably know him.
Yeah.
From Arrested Development. He blew himself.
Mr. Show with Bob and Tom.
Yeah, he's a very funny guy.
Bob and Tom?
Men in Black.
Not Bob and Tom. No,
Mr. Show, Bob and David.
Bob and Dave. Yeah, he's great. He's great. Very funny guy. And David Cross released a fiery statement on his website about these comedians who agreed to perform at this Saudi Arabian comedy festival. He says, I am disgusted. That's one way to start. I'm deeply disappointed in this whole gross thing that people I admire, David Cross says, with unarguable talent would condone this totalitarian fiefdom for what? A fourth house or a boat or more sneakers? We can never again take seriously anything these comedians complain about, unless it's complaining that we don't support enough torture and mass executions of journalists and LGBTQ peace activists here in the States. And we don't terrorize enough Americans by flying planes into our buildings. I mean, that's it. You have a funny bit about how you don't like Yankee candles or airport lounges? Okay, great. But you're cool with murder and are the public caning of women who were raped. And by having the audacity to be raped, we're guilty of engaging in adultery. Got any bits on that? These are some of my heroes, he says. He says, now look, some of you folks don't stand for anything, so you don't have any credibility to lose. But my God, Dave and Louie and Bill and Jim, clearly you guys don't give an S about what the rest of us think. But how can any of us take you seriously ever again? All your bitching about cancel culture and freedom of speech and all that S, done. You don't get to talk about it ever again. By now, we've all seen the contract you had to sign. You're performing for literally the most oppressive regime on earth. They have slaves, for F's sake, says comedian David Cross of the event. So, I mean, they're really ratcheting up the heat on these performers in Saudi Arabia. And I mean, I guess it seems fair.
I kind of want to know what the sets are going to be like. I looked it up, and I think most of Saudi Arabia does understand English. Because that was my first thought. I was like, do they even speak the language? Or are they going to fly them all over here and they don't even understand the humor?
Yeah.
Or even if they do understand the language, sometimes some of the parts of American humor doesn't translate well.
Of course, yeah.
I've mentioned multiple times how I had a friend go to South Korea, to teach English to people who would I guess people who had learned the language enough, and then you're kind of teaching them how to use it. Mm-hmm. But she would go out with friends and make sarcastic jokes, and they don't have sarcasm there. Nobody's sarcastic. They just thought she was a dick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, look, you hear about people going to all sorts of different countries and realizing comedy is very different in these places. And I don't think I can think of more different sets of humor than Western humor and Middle Eastern humor. Right? Those are very different things that they're going to find funny. So I would think a lot of them would be turned off just by that. But money talks. Mm-hmm. And boy, do they want that money, baby. Bill Burr and all these guys, as far as I know, he's still on to do the gig unless something else has happened.
But I feel like this is just the first time it's hit the comedy world. Because how many musicians have we heard of getting super big paychecks for going over playing
Justin
at a Saudi
Bieber.
Prince's wedding or something?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that happens a lot. And there is some heat sometimes from that.
And the golfers are, part of it too.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, C-Lane had talked, or somebody had talked before about the content restrictions that says artists shall not prepare or perform any material that could be considered to degrade, defame, or bring into public disrepute, contempt, scandal, embarrassment, or ridicule to A, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, including its leadership, public figures, culture, or the people, B, the Saudi royal family, legal system, or government, and C, any religion, religious tradition, religious figure, or religious practice. So they're just going to have to go over there and do a bunch of Trump jokes, talk about bad stuff in America or whatever, and take a big fat paycheck and say, see you later to the Saudis, and bite all the sand over there. It's kind of wild, but money is powerful. And these people, a lot of them want the check. They want it to all go away. And I mean, look, it's a killer lineup. If this was in Atlanta, Georgia, you'd go, well, I'll go see those people. It's the biggest faces and names in comedy. It's some of the biggest comedy podcasts that are going to be forming.
Imagine how much those tickets would be.
Oh, God. It would be... These are the biggest people out there who are willing to do it. More than 50 of the best comedians from around the world in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Just seems quite strange. So
yeah.
We'll see. You guys think some more people are going to drop out beforehand? Because I feel like that could happen. I really do. I feel like there could be some people who go, all right, this pressure is bad. Like Bill Burr. He has a pretty good rep out there. He overall is pretty well liked by a lot of people. Shane Gillis is not going. He's kind of in that same zone. But afterwards, like, people can bring this up every interview you do. So we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening here. Let us know what you think. Send a dispatch to thenewsjunkie.com or over on the website. Let's see here. Here's somebody talking about AI. It's Insecure Walrus in our discussion on that.
You know what I think is weird? I think we're already seeing AI actors and actresses and don't realize it. Have you seen any of those ads for, is it Royal Kingdom? It's like a online game. It's a fun game. Mm-hmm. It's celebrities, but they just seem strange.
A little off.
In some way, I don't know if it's completely AI generated or what's going on, but in some way they have AI altered or created those celebrities.
You don't think so, Celine?
I think because I've seen this in practice, and at least for some of them, I don't know about all of this because I wouldn't put it past some app or something to try this. I mean, they could get their asses sued off for it. But there was one of those apps that had Snoop Dogg doing like an endorsement for him that they just got on Cameo. Like, it had the Cameo watermark on it.
Great.
So there are places, and Cameo does have an option for like a business related or advertising related pricing tier where you can go, all right, I'm Snoop Dogg. My shame level is lower than ever, and I will do your Royal Kingdom app for a shizzle, you know?
For shizzle indeed.
A lot
of
shizzles.
That's just part of the future, I think, that we're all headed into, whether you like it or not. Let us know what you think. We'll get to more of your feedback. A lot of emails I got to get to. And when we return, a big jury duty, okay? In jury duty, an update on the roller coaster at Epic Universe, Diddy and what may happen to him with his sentence, a rundown on that David case with the guy in the body in the Tesla, and a bunch more. We'll get into all of this, I promise. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
UCF will look to reverse their recent history this week when they host Kansas. The Knights are 0-7 against the Big 12 during the month of October. Florida, they're coming out of their bye week, and they'll host number 7 Texas on Saturday, while 19th-ranked Florida State, they get ready to renew their rivalry with Miami. And L.A. Clippers star Kawhi Leonard says reports of him signing a no-show endorsement deal to get around the NBA salary cap are false. I'm Scott Davidson.
Looking for an exceptional driving experience? Find it behind the wheel of a Mercedes-Benz SUV. Experience the power, precision, and intelligence of an iconic Mercedes-Benz SUV at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer today.
If you want to find out about a reverse mortgage, guess what? That mortgage guy Don can help. Rates are improving, and that makes the terms even more favorable. Want to find out how it works? That mortgage guy Don will get you some numbers and explain the details. And then you decide if it makes sense for you to proceed. A reverse mortgage can be a lifesaver, especially for people over the age of 62 on a fixed income. Get a quote today with no hard credit inquiry. And most importantly, work with an expert and a friend that you could trust. Go to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Time is up. The IRS is in full collection mode for 2025, issuing liens, levies, and garnishments to anyone who has a past tax debt or unfiled tax returns. Don't wait till it's too late. Your paycheck and bank accounts are at risk of being seized. Call now and stop the collection process today. If you're living check to check, no matter how much you're making, you still may qualify for the Fresh Start programs offered by the IRS to reduce or eliminate your tax debt. It's just a 5-minute call to get your options, and it's free. If you owe back taxes, have years of unfiled tax returns, under audit, have a wage bank levy, or finally just want to sleep better, business or personal, call the experts at Republic Tax Relief while there's still time. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau and tough, this veteran-owned company has the fight you need to take on the IRS. Don't go at it alone. The call is free. Call their hotline number now, 800-299-7590. That's 800-299-7590. Find out if you qualify today. Call 800-299-7590 or go to republictaxrelief.com.
My testosterone is back, baby, thanks to Red Mountain Weight Loss. Man, it was really low, and I called Red Mountain Weight Loss and got my testosterone where it needs to be. And I got to tell you, when your testosterone's right, you feel a lot better. You don't feel sluggish anymore. You don't feel like you're unfocused. You don't have problems in the bedroom. Things are better. The truth is, men today have 20% less testosterone than their dads did. So this is a solution by calling Red Mountain Weight Loss. It's a prescription, and it's prescription strength testosterone that you only can get from somebody like Red Mountain Weight Loss. And it's awesome talking to their people, and they make it super easy. So if you're losing testosterone and you're having a problem with energy and building muscle mass, you need to give them a call. I did. I'm so glad that I did. It's a Red Mountain Weight Loss. To book your free video consultation with a licensed doctor today, just get online.
Hello. Hope I didn't cut off Skull Mike. I didn't even check. It was rude. Godspeed. Everybody, to share the show Tuesday. If you don't mind, if you appreciate this show, if you have some fun, if you enjoy yourself, if you, God forbid, learn something here every once in a while, take a moment and just hit the like button and spread the word. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hit that like button. We're going to talk about this more in jury duty, but the prosecution has just asked for a sentencing for Diddy. Diddy thinks he's probably going to be released immediately with time served. The prosecution is asking for 11 years. 11 years for Diddy. That's what they're looking for. What do we think Diddy's going to get, though? I mean, they didn't get him on a lot of the big charges. They really missed the biggest charges they were trying to hook him on. But that's what they want. They want 11 years for Diddy. Meanwhile, this R&B singer, David, who most of you don't know about, but I'll explain, who had a Tesla that was abandoned, and there was a young teenage girl's body in the frunk of the Tesla, decomposing. He still has not been arrested. Still has not been arrested. If you're interested in that at all, I want to encourage you to do something very online. Okay? I'm going to encourage you to do something very online that won't make a lot of sense to you. But if you're interested in this David case and we talk about it at all, go watch Turkey Tom's video on David, the performer who's suspected possibly in this teenage murder. Fantastic video. Turkey Tom is a very, very, very online person who does great research on these cases. He also did fantastic research on the Charlie Kirk assassin and his partner. So much stuff that you didn't hear reported elsewhere that talks about motive and these other things. Turkey Tom, go check that out. 1 minute, we're coming back. Don't you go anywhere. It's time to do jury duty. We're going to hit on all these big cases right now. Yeah, I don't think Tesla trunks have cameras in them. or frunks in this case, the front trunk. But we'll talk more about this case in a moment. It's crazy. Here we go.
Portable speaker and enjoy vibrant sound wherever you go. Elevate your listening experience to new heights because, let's be real, your music deserves it. The future of sound is now with LG X Boom. And for a limited time, save 25% at LG.com with code FALL25. Bring the boom. X Boom.
HCA Florida West Orange Emergency and Winter Garden is now open 24/7. Visit HCAFloridaHealthcare.com. This emergency department is part of HCA Florida Osceola Hospital, not an urgent care center. Services billed at hospital rates.
Save every day at Headquarter Hyundai. We've dropped prices on acres of new Hyundais. Visit headquarterhyundai.com.
Join in on the chaos. We eagerly await your dispatch. This is...
Honest to God, thank you for hanging out with us. There's so many stations you could be listening to, but here you are listening to this one with the three best friends you never knew you had, going through the most viral stories of the day. Thanks for being with us today. No matter if you're tuned in live, listening afterwards, tuned into a podcast, watching on YouTube or Twitch, we appreciate you supporting the show and have shared the show Tuesday. I have to tell you, I went down the deep, deep rabbit hole of this singer that a lot of you people don't know of, but it's okay. We'll explain it. His name is David, but you'll see it online as D4VD. And this is the guy.
I just don't like vowels anymore.
I guess not.
Who needs them?
His Tesla was found with a body in the frunk. And the body was of this teenage girl who was 15 years old, maybe 14 possibly when she died, but 15, 14, right around there. Celeste Rivas.
She had been missing for weeks, months, right?
She had been missing this time around for a bit of time, yeah. And if you don't know about this guy, if you have any interest at all, I'm encouraging you to go check out. There's a very good YouTuber by the name of Turkey Tom who did a video on this that is about 30 minutes long and is well worth your time if you have any interest.
Is Turkey Tom the one that was with the cop girlfriend? God,
I don't think so.
You know what I'm talking about? The big case where if she ran over him or not. I'm blanking on her name.
Oh, Karen Reed?
Karen Reed, yeah. Wasn't Turkey Tom the big YouTuber?
No.
That was...
You're talking about the Turtle Boy.
Turtle, sorry. My bad. No. Mixed up my tea animals.
This is a big YouTuber who's very, very online and deep into the world of lol cows and like characters on the internet. And Turkey Tom did this rundown, and there's so much I didn't know. So this David guy, one of the first things I could tell you is he was a streamer. I think he played Fortnite, and he made videos on YouTube, and I think he streamed some of his content. But he kept getting nuked on YouTube when he would make his videos because the songs on the game were copyrighted. So he couldn't have the audio that he wanted, and he kept getting copyright strikes on his account and kept screwing him up. So he said, I'm going to record some of my own songs. So he started recording his own songs for his channel, and then the gaming and all this stuff that he was into didn't become the thing that got traction. It was this accidental music that he was making so that he could get around copyright violations. And people really liked David's music. And it started to take off, millions and millions of views.
For a second, I thought you said Turkey Tom was the one that was making his own music.
No, he gives the full story of this guy, David, spelled D4VD. And that's how he got into music. The music then led to him having this Discord of fans that he interacted with. And there's a lot of evidence that he was talking to not just minors on this Discord, but very, very young people. He may have started talking to this Celeste Rivas girl when she was as young as 11 or 12 years old.
And he was how old?
He when he started hanging out with her, I think was 17 or so. He's only in his very early
20
20s
right now.
20? Okay.
He's 20.
So he might have been 16 or 17 when she was 11 or 12-ish. when they first started meeting. He was featured on a couple of live streams, or she was featured on a couple of live streams that this guy did. And she used to just hang out with him and be at events, go to events where there was people like that were supposed to be 18. She had a bunch of fake IDs. People were shocked and stunned.
That's what R. Kelly did with what's her face?
Yeah.
Aaliyah?
Yeah. I mean, it was right there in public. Like everybody kind of knew, but nobody said anything about it.
Not to mention David is known for one of his singles released in 2022 called Romantic Homicide.
Oh, yeah.
That is correct. And a song called Celeste.
Yes, he has a song about her as well. And many of his songs mention these very things, which is why it's important whenever we have these laws where people go, we're going to make it illegal to use rap lyrics in court cases. That is dumb. All right? That is dumb, because sometimes rap lyrics could be awesome evidence, like really, really good evidence. And just because it's some kind of work of art that somebody's done doesn't mean it should be in there. He's written a lot of songs that focus on this stuff. Now, they have revealed from the medical examiner that she was not pregnant at the time, which a lot of people were talking about, and there's rumors of that because they were in a relationship with each other. The toxicology report has not been released to say whether or not she like OD'd or what it was that ended up killing her. But she was just a young kid. She was 15. She was a freaking kid. And it's crazy how this played out in front of everybody.
Wasn't she dismembered as well?
They said, I've gotten stories that have said dismembered, and then I've gotten a story that said she decomposed because she was in the frunk of the Tesla for that long.
Right.
And people turned it in because there was a horrific smell in the musician's Tesla.
The decomposed would be the case either way, but the dismembered part is what we have heard at one point, and now we're not so sure if she was dismembered.
Mm-hmm.
We thought, maybe you would need to be a little dismembered to fit in the frunk of the Tesla. I don't know how big it is.
It's not when you're 70 pounds.
Yeah, but I don't think she was 70 pounds when she was killed.
That might be true. She could have decomposed and lost some weight and things like that. But they still, this is the craziest thing, have not arrested this guy. He's not under
his house,
arrest.
I saw.
They're investigating. His tour is canceled finally. He's not on tour anymore. They've searched his house. He still
eked a couple more dates out, though.
All right. He was still rolling around throwing out Labubus to the crowd.
And
it's
having
just
caskets
a crazy story.
And funeral setups in the lobby.
Yes, yeah. It's all a very, very, very bizarre story. Again, if you want to go see that, report back. Turkey Tom on YouTube. I give him my stamp of approval. He did a great job on that particular episode. Also in jury duty, very quickly, prosecutors have come forward. Sean Diddy Combs wants out. He wants out of prison. He says enough's enough. You didn't get me on the big charges.
What a shock.
Let me off on time served. Prosecutors, nope. Prosecutors are demanding that Diddy gets 11 years in prison. They want him to get 11 years.
What's the charge that stuck?
He was acquitted of the more serious racketeering and sex trafficking charges, but convicted on 2 Mann Act charges, 2 N's on Mann Act, that outlaw interstate commerce related to prostitution. Basically, hiring a prostitute that crosses state lines. I mean, that shouldn't give you 11 years in prison.
No.
Diddy is a bad guy. I don't like Diddy. I don't support Diddy. I'd like to see him thrown in prison for 11 more years just for what he did in the video of the attack on Cassie. I think it would be just deserves. But 11 years for traveling across state lines with a prostitute you've ordered? Come on.
The sentencing has to has to match the crime, not just sentencing, we're not OJing him.
Well,
Sounds like they are.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm trying to see what day it is. It's coming up in the first week of October. I think that the actual sentencing is happening, but that's what they're demanding. That'll have to do it for now. We'll take a quick break. We'll get to the rest of these stories, including the roller coaster lawsuit that we've been talking about. I'll tell you what the 996 is all about when we come back. And we still got to talk about Mr. Beast and the meltdown happening there. And all of that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Hurricane season is here. Stay safe and informed with Real Radio 104.1. Listen on air or on the iHeartRadio app. Eustace Roofing is the official sponsor of iHeart Stormwatch coverage. Eustace Roofing, the real roofers, real craftsmen, real professionals, real experts.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Hey, folks. Just getting some Today I Learned audio.
North and southbound lanes of the Turnpike as well as the Greenway and 429 toll. If you have any incident to report, call our Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line number 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with your report. This report is sponsored by
Let's see if you can guess what artist. I'm editing the audio up.
Instant Oil Change. You can get a quick and easy oil change in about 15 minutes. Drive in today.
While C-Lane does this live reading.
Go to BIOC.com for money-saving coupons and to find a location near you.
Take a look around your neighborhood, friends. You might notice that more and more of your neighbors seem to have solar panels up on their roof. Way more than back in the day, and now it makes you just wonder and go, I guess more and more of my neighbors are not only saving money, but they have the freedom and peace of mind knowing their home is covered in the event of an outage, powered by clean energy from the sun every day. And if you think you could be next, the company to call is for sure Solar Installers of Florida. They have been helping homeowners make the switch for 17 years. You might be surprised at how...
Getting the music for Today I Learned right now.
Financing options with you.
I'll edit it real quick.
Sell you on the package, and combine that with the current tax credits, you'll be saving right away and keep saving year after year. Plus, their team maintains quality by handling the install, engineering, permitting, all in-house. If you want to take a look at the kind of equipment that you could be having installed at your house, you can go check it out at their showroom. It's all up there waiting for you. So if you're wondering if solar's still worth it, stop wondering and find out today. Get a free quote by calling 407-777-5050. Call 407-777-5050. Tell them C-Lane from the News Junkie sent you. They'll take $500 off that quote. And you can check them out online at solarinstallersoflorida.com.
Here we go. Anybody recognize it? Can you hear it? It. That's one of them for Today I Learned Today. Now I gotta set the last one up. Great jam. Great jam. Ending on a banger with a capital B as we go into our Power Hour on the show. Folks, let's go. Turkey Tom, indeed. Turkey Tom is a guy, just for the record, who's so online that half of the videos he does, if I'm on my walk and I'm like listening to one of his YouTube videos, I don't even know the people he's talking about. Even I, as deep down as I am, I don't usually know the people, the lolcows, the targets that he's discussing, but it's always like this interesting underbelly of the internet type stuff. Report back. 90 seconds and we're coming back live on the show. Thank you to everybody who's hit that like button so far. Every time you hit it, it fuels me up to do Skull Mike a little bit more. He kind of speaks like an AI bot. Yeah, I see it. Where's my prairie song? What prairie song are you talking about? I owe you a prairie song? Chaos says, I feel bad. I know about 90% of who he talks about. The one I listened to yesterday, I was like, this is like a woman who's a lolcow on TikTok, who's into puppets, who is like attracted to young people and does role play with. I don't know. It's all good drama though. Don't hate that.
Bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eloquis.com or call 1-855-ELOQUIS.
It's a crime to pay more than a dime, one dime down at RC Hill Mitsubishi in DeLand. Just go to rchill.com.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Credit. C-R-E-D-I-T. Credit. That's credit. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
Forever hovering over life's great dump button. You're listening to the...
We have so much to work into, and unfortunately, as time goes, less than an hour to do it. So we'll get down to that in just a moment here on the show. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Let's rip through a couple of your comments. Mickey says to tips at thenewsjunkie.com, all those Hard Rock betting ads on TikTok are AI, in the AI discussion that we've been having throughout the show today. And now actors.
Does that mean
actresses,
they got rid of that banger song?
Oh, yeah. That was catchy. I don't know if they're still playing that. I haven't seen any of these TikTok ads. Let's see. John says to tips at thenewsjunkie.com about the clip you started the show with today. Oh, the opening clip of the drunk driver plowing into the cop on purpose. He says, hey, folks, just wanted to give you a little more context on that guy who plowed into the cop and very politely told him he was drunk. This is Florida law, but I imagine it's applicable in most states. When somebody is in a crash, they have legal protection against what they say when the cop is investigating the crash. For the police to do a crash investigation, they need all the facts. So what's said during the crash investigation cannot be used in a criminal investigation. The two are separate. The officer has to conclude the crash investigation first, and then ideally advise Miranda and begin any criminal investigation that may be necessary for him. I don't know, like drunk driving. So in this case, what the guy says and his excited utterances while talking to the cop should not be used in his DUI trial. Anyway, love the show. Have a great one, says John. Thank you for the info, John. I don't know how much of that is correct, not correct.
Can you
but that's
save
what John
that?
says.
Run it by Mo.
Let's save that and run that by Moses, because I don't know. Just because you say that in the crash investigation, that means it's protected from the criminal investigation? That seems crazy.
I don't think so, but I'll print it out right now. Mo is coming in tomorrow on the show, so we'll run it by him then and see what he says. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Brenda says, Sean, first I'm watching Black Rabbit, and I have 2 episodes left. It's so good. Ooh. Now, I'm going to watch this docuseries you guys were talking about, Death in Apartment 603. And finally, I think you should go with whatever Courtney does decoration-wise. I would be the same way. I never met her, but she seems very cool, and I know you adore her. Brenda says, love my 3 best friends. Thank you, Brenda. I mean, let's be real. Courtney's going to win whatever battle she's fighting over, whether we will have Halloween decorations in the yard. I am not going to win that. I will not win that battle. I'll just tell you ahead of time. But appreciate that, Brenda. And enjoy the rest of Black Rabbit. The last episode in particular was quite good. Good acting.
Yeah.
Just like a tour de force, as they say, of really good acting.
You guys watch Task yet?
No, I haven't gotten into that. I think Courtney has that down on
talk to you guys about it.
On a list somewhere.
I started maybe the first episode. I don't know if we've done a second one.
The 4th one just came out, or 5th. I don't know.
I don't remember if we've totally signed up for it.
Mm-hmm. Well, she said she's going to watch that Death in Apartment 603. Well, report back afterwards. Tell us what you thought, what your thoughts were. I want to hear more of that as the week goes on. That's why we talk about this stuff.
See, I would offer to be the tiebreaker in this situation, but what if Ashley and I disagree on the outcome, and then it's just a bigger tie?
You might not. Yeah, I mean, all I can tell you is this. When you watch the docuseries that we were mentioning today, Death in Apartment 603, you will find it to be interesting. That's where I'll put my guarantee down. I don't know that everybody's going to agree with how I see it, or maybe they agree with how Sabrina sees it, or how various other people see it online, because people obsess over this case. You know, a suicide where a woman was stabbed, she says, her family says, she was really murdered, stabbed 20 times, and stabbed in the back. These are very different, weird kind of facts that are a set of facts in this case. So there's a lot of people who obsess over this. And there's a lot of people who, I'll tell you for sure, especially on Reddit, some of the unhinged people in the unsolved mysteries communities over there, who, if you laid it out all in front of them and you're like, here's what really happened, here's the photographic evidence that this happened, they would still go, nope, I know what happened here. It's bigger than that. It's, you know, it can't be so simple. So it's always going to spin out like that.
It's like that picture of Bridget McCrone's vagina. And
exactly.
I'm sure Candace Owens will still be like, no dice.
All right, let's see what's happening with the government shutdown. Here's our Vice President, J.D. Vance, talking about the government shutdown.
We just had a very frank conversation with the Senate and House Democratic leadership. Look, the principle at stake here is very simple. We have disagreements about tax policy, but you don't shut that government down. We have disagreements about health care policy, but you don't shut the government down. You don't use your policy disagreements as leverage to not pay our troops, to not have essential services of government actually function. You don't say the fact that you disagree about a particular tax provision is an excuse for shutting down the people's government and all the essential services that come along with it. If you look at what Chuck Schumer has said in the past consistently, it's whatever our disagreements are, let's negotiate with them. Let's talk about them. Let's figure out a bipartisan solution, but you don't shut the government down. In other words, you don't put a gun to the American people's head and say, unless you do exactly what the Senate and House Democrats want you to do, we're going to shut down your government. That's exactly what they're proposing out there.
All right, so he's saying, look, you don't shut down the government, you don't take away money from our active troops, you don't, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and he's blaming the Democrats for doing that. Meanwhile, Daryl emails, and he says the tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Sean, the thing that they're not telling you is Democrats want to use your tax money, mine in particular, that seems rude. Democrats want to use your tax money to provide free health care for illegal aliens. How about some free health care for you and me, says Daryl. Daryl, I know that Trump has said that many a time. And while I try to be fair and defend everybody when they need to be defended, that is not accurate or true. In the United States of America, illegal immigrants don't qualify for the Affordable Care Act yet, though Democrats would like that to be the case. They would like illegal immigrants to be covered, many of them, by health care and tax dollars. It's not the case currently. So illegal immigrants won't fall under the Affordable Health Care Act. Medicare, Medicaid, illegal immigrants cannot get those services.
They want to give the prisoners sex changes.
They can't get those. Now, in states like California, in states like New York, and the only one I can think of off the top of my head otherwise is, I think, Oregon. In those three states, at least, they have their own state tax funded programs. Like in California, I think it's called, this seems fake, CalAid, or like Medicaid, but CalAid. They have their own state program in California funded by state taxes, and those state taxes do go to illegal immigrants in the state of California to get health care. So in states, they do that. In those states, they will take your money and give it to people who are not in the country legally.
Are you thinking of Benefits Cal?
Maybe Bene-Cal? No, I think that's a different one.
No, wait, that's food assistance.
Calcade.
CalFresh.
The thing is, California has their own programs that mirror the federal programs like Medicaid and Medicare, and they do that so they can fund these people that aren't covered. They try to widen the net to people who are in the country illegally. So,
Medi-Cal. It's part of Benefits Cal.
What I say? CalMed? Yeah, Medi-Cal.
CalAid.
Medi-Cal is what it's called.
Metafornia, got it.
And so it's not true that at this point, what the Democrats are pushing forward is not meant to provide free health care for illegal aliens. But to be fair, I think a lot of them do have that as a goal. A lot of them do want to do that at some point in time. Anyhow, thank you for the email. On the other side, let's see what we got here, because this is Hakeem Jeffries, who was doing a press conference after Trump posted an AI video of Hakeem Jeffries, for some reason, in a Mexican hat, a sombrero, if you will, and a mustache. And then Hakeem Jeffries, I guess, is upset about that and maybe talks about the shutdown.
And Mr. President, the next time you have something to say about me, don't cop out through a racist and fake AI video.
Oh, it's racist and fake.
When I'm back in the Oval Office, say it to my face. Say it to my face.
All right.
You're a Mexican.
He's not a Mexican.
I know.
Also, the AI sucks.
The thing is, my point being, playing these clips doesn't sound like these folks are very close together.
No.
I
We'll
feel like
see.
this
Maybe
time
something
tomorrow
can change this afternoon.
Maybe. I feel like this time tomorrow we'll probably be in a government shutdown, and then they'll fight it out from there and see who is losing points in terms of the American public. Like, that's what matters. Who does the American public blame this kind of stuff on? Do they think it's something that the Republicans should be blamed or the Democrats should be blamed for? And most importantly, what are the independents feeling on these things? That'll kind of judge who wins this, if you want to use that word.
Well, the reason I was asking who gets to decide is because I saw somebody that posted about this that was like, hey, doesn't the Republicans control the majority of Congress right now?
Yeah, but they need 60 votes to get around a filibuster.
Right.
So even though they do control Congress and they have the votes to pass things, like they've passed many things so far, they don't, if there's a filibuster, they don't have the ability to overcome that number of votes. Or if I think on budget issues, there might need to be 60 votes for certain things too.
I don't know what the numbers are right now.
I don't know what they are either, but I know they don't have 60. 60 would be what I believe is a super majority, and I don't think that they have that necessarily. Maria emails the show. Maria says, Sean, I'm curious to know your thoughts on them solving the yogurt shop murders. Ooh. They announced they linked the murders to a serial killer. Love the show, says Maria. You are exactly right. Very interesting.
Whoa.
The Yogurt Shop Murders series came out on HBO. We watched it all. It was way too long, and Courtney and I at the end were like, geez, this could have been 2 episodes, and there was no resolution.
And on top
end.
of it, it was not all the docuseries at once. So people were like, okay, well, wait a week, and for sure the next episode's going to do something. But no.
Yes. But after that, I guess a lot of things started spinning around for the people who were investigating this. And let me see if I can bring this up to show this to you. DNA helps solve haunting yogurt shop quadruple killings. The story doesn't want to pull up for me. Actually, I can. Give me just a second. We got
what
time
was
for
the reaction in the room?
ABC trying to just yell at me there. Let me look for yogurt shop on ABC.
What was their reaction in the room?
You don't need to know.
Inquiring minds need to know.
You don't need to know.
Oh, you just don't know.
Here's the story right here.
Crazy.
These are all videos. Hang on. I want to find the actual report on this. Here it is. Police in Austin, Texas said DNA technology has helped them finally identify the man who killed 4 teenage girls at a yogurt shop in 1991. This was the story about the yogurt shop killings. Jennifer Harbison, Sarah Harbison, Eliza Thomas, and Amy Ayers were attacked in the shop and all shot in the head. And the girls were left nude and tied up, and there was evidence of sexual assault, he said. The building was then set on fire before the killer fled the scene. Now, the weird thing was, and people fail to understand why this is the case, and I like to point it out so you won't think about this moving forward, multiple dudes admitted to this. Multiple dudes went in. You could watch them go, I guess I did it. I did it. Yeah, I guess I did this. I guess I did that. I guess I touched the girls this way. They admitted it. They spent time behind bars. They got released. When they got released, people said, I don't know. They admitted to doing this. You wouldn't admit to doing something you wouldn't do, you didn't do. It happens sometimes. Now, in 1994, 4 suspects were arrested. 2 suspects confessed, but later recanted. Charges were dropped against 2, but the other 2 went on trial and were convicted of capital murder. Eventually, it was overturned on appeals, and no physical evidence ever linked those men to the yogurt shop. Come the new yogurt shop docu-series on HBO, they revisited all of this. And now, somebody who took over the case a couple of years ago said he started researching a spent bullet casing that was found at the scene. He said nobody was looking into this bullet casing at the yogurt shop. So he looks at the bullet casing, and he submits it to this NIBIN system. Now, they tried it before, the National Integrated Ballistic Information Network. They tried sending this bullet that they found at the yogurt shop to them, but it didn't come back with anything. But they hadn't done it in a while, so they sent that back in, and they got a hit. It appeared to be the same gun that was used in an unsolved murder in Kentucky, which shared some similar details with the yogurt shop murders. They kept going. Then they reached out to all the big DNA databases. They said, help us. Here's the DNA. Do you have a match? They got 100% match. That match was on a person who was named Brashers, Robert Eugene Brashers, who was a serial killer. They retested the DNA that they found underneath this guy's, or one of the victim's fingernails, and it was a perfect match.
Wow.
And finally, after all of these years...
Where's Brashers now?
He died after a standoff with officers in 1999. Wow. But after all these years, the docuseries, the new investigations, all the public pressures led to them getting a solution in that case.
They almost put a man to death.
They did. That's why I said, like, for me, the death penalty is off the table because one mistake is too many when the state is involved in killing people. Mm-hmm. And people still don't understand. They refuse to understand. Mostly because I think people have a hard time putting themselves in other people's shoes. It's an important experiment to try to think about the people you're talking to, why they're thinking the way they're thinking, the lens through which they're seeing the world, and try to actually understand a person. If you can do that, you can communicate pretty well with people. All right. It helps out quite a bit. But if you can't imagine why anybody ever would admit to doing something that they didn't do, it's because you're maybe a little smarter than them. You maybe are not as susceptible to being tricked into things under intense questioning from police. And this just happens. It's something that happens. Over the course of this yogurt shop murders, which is why I brought the docuseries up to begin with, they had, I think, 4 or 5 people confess to doing this. None of them did it. Not one. Not one. West Memphis 3, same story. The kids were behind bars for, I think, a decade or something. They confessed to doing this, to killing these people in West Memphis. Famous story. And people said, they confessed. They must have done it. And they didn't do it. So for me, it's an important thing to remember when you talk about how police investigations go.
But you gotta understand how to the layperson who may not know all the facts, to get a confession and go, well, we need to keep checking in on this. Seems a little excessive.
I get it. It's crazy. Like you, me, Sabrina, and most everybody listening would probably never say to the police that we did something that we didn't do.
Right.
But there's things that happen when you're
I would
under
say
the
that I didn't do
intense
something that I did, plenty of times.
Been there.
Yeah.
100%. Absolutely.
I noticed in the picture as you were scrolling through that story, the yogurt shop in question, I can't believe it's yogurt.
Yes,
is what it's
that's
called.
true. Yep.
They're the ones that sued TCBY because TCBY was, this can't be yogurt. And they said, whoa, that's too close. And they forced him to change to the country's best yogurt.
Yeah, yeah. The only thing I really got, other than the confession stuff from watching that docuseries, was it was such a time capsule.
Oh yeah,
seeing all
time.
all
the 1991isms.
Oh my God,
and the footage and talking like the news and what they're like. I kept looking in the background, like their computer system and the technology they were using then.
One thing that stands out to me was, go ahead. What were you saying?
No, go ahead.
One thing that stands out to me was, I don't know if teens would identify with this now, but they were trying to explain how much the mall played into local teenage culture.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that was probably true to a certain extent for all of us, like where, you would just go to the mall. You would like hang out at the mall sometimes.
Just walk around.
Yeah, you would meet your friends there or whatever. And I think like Zoomers don't get that necessarily.
Because you guys are on your TikToks the whole time.
Internet.
Well, the malls are just rip, most of them. There's just not a lot going on there.
But, I mean, do you think malls would be as rip if teens still met there and like hung out there and did stuff? I mean, unless they just weren't spending money. That's what businesses hate.
They're turning them all into big live-work complexes now, like apartments, and then you got a gym, and then, you get stores and
it looked like a long-term cruise ship.
Yeah, it's basically what they're looking at now. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we get back, we'll talk about the 996 thing that I mentioned, everything else that hasn't been paid off that's been in a tease today. I got a bunch of clips to get to. Grab bag segment incoming, and that's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
What's going on? I hope your drive right now is a smooth one, and it should be on the major highways and roads of Orlando. Looks like no major incident in your way. Of course, your usual delay, I-4 eastbound, approaching both World Drive and State Road at 535, but westbound is clear. East and westbound of the 408 as well. North and southbound lanes of the Turnpike, as well as the Greenway and 429 toll. If you have any incident to report, call our Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line number 866-676-8477. I'm Brian Black with your report.
This report is sponsored by Staples. Cue the easy button because it's almost easy deal days at Staples. Starting October 5th, enjoy 7 days of savings on over 1,000 products online and in your local Staples store. From tech, chairs, luggage, and more. Get a sneak peek of all the deals at Staples.com. Staples, that was easy.
One of the great American companies, a locally owned and operated company for those of you here in Central Florida. This is amazing. They're going to help you out, and they're going to treat you right over at Mills Air. By treat you right, I mean they're going to send you a tech quickly that will get your AC up and running. By treat you right, I mean they're going to send a tech who's experienced and knows everything they're doing on no matter what kind of AC you have on whatever your problem is. And then number three, and maybe most importantly, they're not there to rip you off. They're there to create a customer for life so that anytime you have any AC issues, your go-to is Mills Air. That's a great business model. If you appreciate that, if you want a company that operates that way, the moment your AC is not working right, you think of them. You think of Leon Mills and the company that he started so many years ago, back in 1992. You think about why they're around after all these years. And you dial the number to get your AC cold again. 407-277-1159. It's 407-277-1159. Or if you have an AC issue, go to millsair.com.
Our 2020.
Hang on, getting loaded up for the final segment.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anajar Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life. Enough is Orlando.
Hey, Sabrina here. Question for you. Are you ready to upgrade your kitchen? If the answer is yes, don't walk. Run into Southeast Steel Appliance Warehouse. Shop by October 1st to take advantage of this year's largest rebates on eligible LG appliances. And when you purchase from Southeast Steel, you can also score a free second-year warranty on eligible LG appliances. Get the kitchen of your dreams at Southeast.
Taco Bell is launching a new dessert called the Taco Lot. A waffle cone filled with cinnamon, ancho chili ice cream and dipped in chocolate. Go F yourself, Taco Bell. That is a Choco Taco. I know what a Choco Taco looks like. Let me show you this. Hang on. Taco latte. Call the police. That ain't no taco latte. Tell me that ain't a Choco Taco. That's a Choco Taco, right? Get out of here. Taco latte. Come on.
That thing we don't want to talk about is a will. If you don't have one, Mike and his team would like to help you out. They'll start you off with a comprehensive financial.
Folks, we have 2 segments left, I believe. I think, right? Grab bag segment next. I got some banger clips and some interesting stories that we'll work in, and then we'll wrap it up in the final segment. Too dark? It's a Choco Taco, right? I mean, it's a waffle cone in the shape of a taco with ice cream on it and chocolate drizzle. How is that not a Choco Taco? That's like saying, look, we puffed up these cinnamon things and we've twizzled them up, so we're going to call them cinnamon pig dicks. And you try to do a whole ad campaign. Go to Taco Bell. Get the cinnamon pig dicks. Everybody's been eating them. a cinnamon pig dick in every mouth. We all know they're cinnamon twists. I'm not falling for the pig dick line. Sean, did you try out the corn ice cream sandwiches from H Mart? It sounds weird, but it's so damn good, Tanya says. I didn't. Wish I did, though. Sounds interesting. Cinnamon pig dicks taking off right now. Buy stock. I kind of want a cinnamon pig dick now, you sick, twisted bastard. Look me in my eyes. You sick, twisted son of a bitch. You weren't supposed to fall for that ad campaign. Ah, damn it. Disappointed. My day is ruined. Thankfully, there's only 1 minute left, so we're coming back live on the show now with the grab bag segment. It's a Choco taco if I ever seen one. Oh, it's from Salt and Straw.
MRIs and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eloquis.com or call 1-855-ELOQUIS.
Fall is sports season, and iHeartRadio has it all. The NFL.
Touchdown, Green Bay Packers.
MLB playoffs.
It is gone.
College football, the NHL, and NBA preseason moves are underway. From scores and reactions to interviews and hot takes, it's all at your fingertips on the iHeartRadio app.
Appreciate you taking my call, guys.
Lock in with your favorite teams with play-by-play, podcasts, and local stations where you can react and join the conversation. Sports on iHeartRadio, where fans live it.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, credit. C-R-E-D-I-T. Credit. That's credit. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
Join in on the chaos. We eagerly await your dispatch. This is
Bunch of stuff to talk about. Something that's supposed to be not mind-blowing that was just dropped. I'll share it with you. We'll see if we're blown away by this. All of that is coming up in just a moment on the show. We're not cooked. We're incinerated. We're absolutely done for, according to people reacting to what was just dropped moments ago via ChatGPT and OpenAI. Let's see if we agree. It says, everything you're about to see... Let's see. Everything you're about to see and hear was generated by Sora 2.
Oh, great.
1 year ago, Sora 1 redefined what was possible with moving images. Today, we're announcing the Sora app, powered by the all-new Sora 2.
So it's like a commercial for their new version of this.
It's the most powerful imagination engine ever built. And it's packed with new features.
Buddy, it's very wild visually. And
there's horses on the damn moon.
Yeah, there are horses playing polo on the moon, and it looks good. Remember, 2 years ago-ish, Will Smith was eating the bowl of spaghetti, and it looked all weird.
It looked insane.
But now we're here.
To Bill for more details.
All this is fake. All the sound you're hearing.
That's crazy. That's cool looking.
With sound.
Elephants. Riding a snowmobile through the snow.
Sora 2 is also the state-of-the-art for motion, physics IQ, and body mechanics, marking a giant...
That's all fake. That dude is not there. That guy's not there.
That guy's real, though, right? Isn't he one of the...
He's based on somebody from the company, just like the Sam Altman was, who was on there just a little earlier. But it's not him actually doing it.
Is that who we were seeing at first, Sam Altman?
Yeah, it's the CEO of OpenAI was the first guy. So these people are like real, but this is all... everything, the visuals that you're seeing if you're watching, or everything you're hearing is all AI.
Leap forward in realism.
ice skaters with ice cracking.
The quality is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
How long did it take?
And we're introducing
Game of Thrones style. Somebody flying on a dragon, Game of Thrones style here.
the power to step into any world or scene and letting your friends cast you in theirs.
It's only been 2 years. Looks like the ocean.
On the path to AGI, the gains aren't just about productivity. It's about creating new possibilities.
It's also about creativity.
Claymation style.
Oh,
1,
man.
2, 3, 4.
You know how much faster you could make Celebrity Deathmatch if you had...
Oh, my God.
Kidding me?
Stop motion.
I want to play with this now.
Claymation stuff used to take so long, and now it looks exactly like it. You just put in a prompt and you hit enter and you're flying. Duck racing sports.
Oh my God, there's too many.
That's why we're launching Sora 2 inside the Sora app, allowing everyone to push the limits of their imagination and create in ways we never thought possible.
Okay. They could put it that way, but there's so many stupid people that are still amongst us that are going, they're going to create something so deep fake that it's dangerous. But I want to play with it, obviously. They put the fun stuff in it, like riding a duck in a full stadium. But
well, you know what the problem is? People believe it already. We just talked about that earlier. Like, people believe it already, Sabrina. Like,
now it's even better.
You know, I know you've been scrolling through TikTok and you've gone, that's clearly AI. But everybody in the comments is like, oh, that's so cute. And you're like, they all think it's real.
Yeah.
And that's not even with this. This is even bigger and better. We're done, man. I don't know how we pull up the nose here on this kind of stuff.
Speaking of deep fake, I know you're watching it, Sabrina. I don't think you were much up on the morning show, Sean.
Mm-hmm. I've watched the first several seasons.
We've been watching. I don't know if we're caught up, but I just watched an episode where Jennifer Aniston's character, she thinks that she might have been hacked, right? Or she might have been. Footage of her was manipulated, and so she was trying to research how this happens. So she searched for deep fake and her name, and she sees for the first time what deep fakes have done to people. And it's like the funny part is there's a scene where she like clicks on one of the things. Her name Alex Levy, that's her name in the show, and she clicks like Alex Levy deep fake porn. And you see in the reflection of her glasses a deep fake of Jennifer Aniston with like hot lingerie on, giant boobs, like starting to have some sexual encounter. And I go, I wonder if they just grabbed an actual deep fake of Jennifer Aniston for this, or did they have her don that costume for some B-roll?
Some of the places I poke around in. There are people who go like, here's how you do this all uncensored. You can put in whatever prompt you want, anything you can think of.
Just forward along these links, buddy. What are you doing?
No limitations, completely not safe for work, whatever. Like the most messed up things you can think, whatever. Already before this, which is the newest thing that they're teasing out here.
Just pass a law about deep fakes.
There are some states with laws. I think Florida has one. I think California has one. With laws about the deep fake stuff. But now, I guess the new Sora, and here's what I heard about this. This will be interesting to see. I guess the new version of this video creator, this AI video creator that they're announcing that we're talking about here, I guess they've said they are not going to opt out copyrighted material by default. So it forces everybody with a copyright that they don't want violated to come forward and say, no Winnie the Pooh, no Batman, no this, no that. By default, none of it will be blocked until they start getting those requests in, I guess. Let's see if it ends with anything weird. Sora 2. That's it. Oh, no.
Oh.
Shifting the car into gear. The detail on the roads and the streets, and
Bill will return in Sora 3.
Yeah, I don't want to see Sora 3.
Where's Bill going?
It's all too much for me. It's just wild. I'll put that up on See It Now as well, so you can see the
separate
visuals
app,
there.
or is that within ChatGPT?
It's one of the apps within ChatGPT.
Okay.
If you go like into your sidebar of the applications that they have, it's one of those. Before we take a break, I wanted to get to a couple of things. I said shoot just for the record.
Yes, you did.
Lest you think I did not.
I'm going to deep fake you saying the bad word, though.
I wanted to show you this because I think it's nonsense. Taco Bell has announced that they're launching this new product, and they said it's called the Taco Latte, a waffle cone filled with cinnamon ancho chili ice cream and loaded with chocolate. And I say to you, that is a Choco Taco, my friend.
Yeah.
I say to you, I don't care if you worked with, who's the ice cream company they worked with? Salt and Straw, the Salt and Straw folks. That is, you're just trying to get around the fact that that's a Choco Taco, baby. That's a waffle cone with ice cream in it and hardened chocolate on top, which in my world is a Choco Taco, no matter how you slice it. But
I thought the Choco Taco was something they already sold at Taco Bell.
They did before, but they don't own that. You can still get it at 7-Eleven and stuff, and like the deep freezer thing, or at least I think so. All right, we got to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get to all the remainders here, and we will get to your feedback, your final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Share the Show Tuesday. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Hey, y'all, it's fall. Try the new pumpkin spiced Colbert Show today at 3. Now gluten-free. Available for a limited time only. The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Odoo.com Weather Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Hey, Central Florida, and happy Tuesday. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And for today, we are going to be expecting another breezy day. Plan for wind gusts as high as, say, 20 to 25 miles per hour. Temperatures will be a little cooler as well, with highs only reaching the mid to upper 80s. Plan for a high today in Orlando specifically of around 87. As we head throughout the afternoon hours, we'll also see a slight increase for some of our...
Okay, folks.
It's a once-in-a-generation event.
Thank you, School My Crew.
Come be a part of a legacy that never stops. Be there when history is made. The Harlem
Couple of things.
100-year tour. Get your tickets today at harlemglobetrotters.com.
Number one, if you want to see that OpenAI video I just played, I put it up on See It Now. Go check it out. I'm still waiting for a bunch of behind-the-scenes stuff with the dev team on the website. And ideally, we should be able to push out all of the updates, which includes a completely refreshed, way better See It Now, which is awesome, especially for Secret Show subscribers. A bunch of other features that we'll talk about later. A brand new video player cross-site and on Secret Shows that is way better than the previous video player, and a ton more things. That will put us on track to do the final update for the year, where I finally have them fix the dispatch audio quality from the web and a couple other things to wrap it up for 2025. It's time for you to rate the show. 10 out of 10 is a real winner. 1 out of 10 is a piece of garbage. How do you rate the show today? How do we do on a Share the Show Tuesday? 8.5. 9 Choco Tacos out of 10. I'll take it. I'll take that. 7 out of 10. Couldn't listen much, so I'm judging on what I heard. 8.2 Centipede Dicks out of 10. 9.5 out of 10. Love all the AI talk. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 Meemaws committing suicide on bridges. 7 wee ass out of 10 wee asses. 9 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Now it's up to you to figure out who's going to be chatter of the day. I got to go get Today I Learned.
Thinking about upgrading your windows or patio doors, now's the perfect time with Renewal by Anderson. At Renewal by Anderson, their acclaimed impact replacement windows are built for Florida homes and designed for energy efficiency by maintaining indoor temperatures year-round and reducing heating and cooling costs. And with their Smart Sun glass option, you'll minimize heat loss and maximize energy savings. Renewal by Anderson windows are beautiful, durable, and energy efficient. What more could you ask for? Here's what Kathy had to say. Our windows look awesome. They did a great job on the installation. Their big logo event, I One Replacement Window or Patio.
Hey, everybody.
40% off.
Who's our chatter of the day?
0 payments and 0
Espolón Tequila for secret shows tonight.
WindowsFlorida.com to see all of the beautiful products they offer and check out their hassle-free process and
Espolón.
official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, license number CGC 1527613.
Picture this, around it, conversations flowing, food's amazing, and then bad breath happens. Confidence? Gone. Here's the truth. Mints, those are just bad.
2 minutes and we're back live.
That's why you need to try Zellman's Minty Mouth, the functional breath.
All right.
Swallow. Clinically tested.
Our chatter of the day.
Garlic and onions. So go to Zellmans.com. That's ZELMINS.com. Code radio for 15% off today.
Overheard of the Hard Rock Bet Party? No, you see, you get $150 in bonus bets after your first $5 bet hits. Did somebody say hit? Whoa, Ray Lewis.
Chatter of the day.
Bet hits.
They said it couldn't be done.
We know, Ray.
They said it shouldn't be done.
Hard Rock Bet Sports.
Most importantly, they said it should be illegal for it to be done.
150 bonus bets if you win.
But it has been done. And though she wasn't here in particular, typing things on a keyboard, she was here in spirit. Obi-Wan Canoli's mom on Twitch is our chatter of the day. Congratulations, your mom did it. Obi-Wan Canoli's mom, chatter of the day. It'll be the day that goes down in history as being a day. One minute left, final segment. Thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting the stream. If you don't mind, hit the like button, and we'll see you tomorrow. God bless.
Free. Call their hotline number now. 800-299-7590. That's 800-299-7590. Find out if you qualify today. Call 800-299-7590 or go to republictaxrelief.com.
The free iHeartRadio app makes your car radio jealous.
Live radio presets, lyrics for songs, and the most podcasts on the planet.
Plus, it all fits in your pocket.
Your car radio can't do that.
Make sure the free iHeartRadio app is on your smartphone now.
The #1 app for radio.
HCA Florida West Orange Emergency and Winter Garden is now open 24/7. Visit HCAFloridaHealthcare.com. This emergency department is part of HCA Florida Osceola Hospital, not an urgent care center. Services billed at hospital rates.
If it's important to you, it's on and probably being mocked by.
Make the cut. And today, to wrap everything up for a Tuesday. Thank you for hanging out with us on a Share the Show Tuesday. If you want to keep sharing that show, well, just follow one of us or all of us over at thenewsjunkie.com/share.
What day was it that you said you went to H Mart? Was Saturday or Sunday?
Sunday. We went to, I think on Sunday, we went to H Mart.
Sunday, waited in a big long line.
Oh my God!
What is
hour and a
H-Mart?
half.
H Mart's the new craze, the new Asian market. It's the biggest one in the country.
We had to wait 90 minutes just to get into the store to go shop.
Friend just left, mind you, middle of the day on a Tuesday, and said they were able to skip the outside line because of having kids. But there was still, to check out, the line was wrapped around the inside of the
great prices or something?
Not really. It's just stuff that you can't really get other places. It's everything you can think of. Korean. You guys, I did it up Korean. Korean, Japanese as well.
Japan.
And Chinese. Look at these, all of them. It's like all Asian culture is represented in this place. And they have just unbelievable stuff. It's really a cool place. It's like an experience. And I guess there's like 100-ish of them, 90 of them or something, these H marks. C-Line said they were working on this place that I went to.
They've been teasing this one for, I don't think I'm exaggerating when I say 4.5 years. I think I read that in one of the articles about it. And unfortunately, the place where I, for whatever reason, thought it was going to be was a lot closer to me.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was going to be, right by the plaza, or I thought it was going to be right there.
Nice.
Would have been super nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, nope. It's way off to the west side.
Yeah, they are killing it right now. I will tell you that. They have like a food court inside with lots of different
like 10, 11 outlets in the food court.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then a big, massive store with like everything from live food to all these snacks from all these Asian countries that you cannot get anywhere else. It's pretty awesome. Huh. All right, let's see. On the way out, we got just enough time here. There are two options for you moving forward. One is the people who are going, I want 3-day work weeks, 4-day at most, but 3-day work weeks. The other is these folks who are going in Silicon Valley 996. 996 is a workplace trend that originated in China, and that is 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. 6 days a week. 996.
What?
9 a.m. to 9 p.m. 6 days a week in Silicon Valley. A lot of these AI startups are working these crazy schedules, more than 70 hours per week.
Are these the ones that are making billion-dollar salaries?
I hope so. I mean, that's a lot of work.
Well, they're going to acquire some wealth if they don't have any time to spend that money.
Yeah, true. Yeah, but what you're looking at there is the few people who will keep their jobs in this AI-heavy future of ours. If you think I'm exaggerating, just wait. Watch. You'll see. I'll be right about the breakthroughs. The one breakthrough will be that AI will replace almost all jobs. Not just most of them, but almost all jobs will be replaced by AI. The end of work, as we know.
Do you think, and this is like really, whoa, bro, do you think that the AI will even replace the job of the person developing the AI?
Oh,
probably.
Like dystopian,
training your replacement.
I think you pay these people $1 billion and they start gatekeeping the really good AIs because they're using them to develop the AIs that are getting paid for.
Yeah, it's a dangerous road. But we'll see that. I guarantee you. And my other prediction is a breakthrough in communication with animals. I think this is going to happen. That sounds super fun to me. And I definitely think it's something that we're going to see. Let me pay off all the stuff I teased that we didn't do. Ben Crump is now talking out more about this roller coaster lawsuit he's involved in after the Stardust Racer's death. He says that the rumors, and I don't know what's true on this yet. I need to see more. I need to see more of the investigation. But he says it was the first time this guy, Rodriguez Zavala, had gone on the roller coaster. Other reports had suggested earlier that he may have been on 5 or 6 times. I don't know, and not everything that the Crump team is saying on this is true, okay? They're involved in a lawsuit. They're trying to put pressure on Universal Studios. So I'm grain of salting a lot of stuff here, but that's what they're saying. Mr. Beast is defending trapping a man in a burning building for a chance to win $500,000. They said, don't freak out. Don't freak out too much. The video was a professional stunt man, and they were tunneling the smoke away, and it was a highly produced thing that wasn't really dangerous. And that'll have to do it. Meanwhile, actually, I should say Six Flags has announced in roller coaster news, their new roller coaster will reach 87 miles per hour. Six Flags over Texas, the Tormenta Rampaging Run, 87 miles per hour, this roller coaster, 285-foot vertical drop at 95 degrees and 179-foot
loop. Let that one run for a little bit before I'm jumping on.
Until some wheelchair kid ruins it for everybody.
Okay,
come on. Let's get out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Tuesday, September 30th, 2025. See you later, September. Today I learned this lady right here. Paula Cole. That's right, Paula Cole. Her big break began as a voicemail from Peter Gabriel, who said, Paula Cole, is that you? I heard that you had some great music. Somebody handed me a tape. I think it's really, really good. Would you like to go on tour with me? She went from playing in cafes to playing in front of tens of thousands of people overnight. Today, I learned internal Boeing messages revealed engineers would call the 737 MAX that eventually crashed a bunch of times. They called it designed by clowns, supervised by monkeys, which doesn't bode well for 737 MAX. And maybe they were onto something, considering what we saw happen with that plane. With one crash in particular, well, the crashes combined killing 346 people.
Is that the one where the door fell off?
They had a bunch of problems like that.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. Today I learned this band right here. Haim. Haim is correct. It's a little stinky on the stage these days. All the band members in the band Haim are all sisters. How about that? Everybody knew that basically, but I wanted to end on this catchy ass song. I love this song. And here we go on the way out. Thank you, friends, for hanging out with us. We'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same place. Missed any of the show? Get the podcast over on thenewsjunkie.com.